Oh yeah, welcome to How Can She Snap? This is the Marvel Snap podcast dedicated to the filthy casual. It has been a hot minute. I am the kid, one half of the Super Snap Bros, here with my brother.
No big deal, baby. Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah. We got a lot to catch up on this week. We're going to be talking about all the OTAs, the patch notes. We're going to be going through all of that, giving us our thoughts. We've had a couple weeks to play with it, so we're going to see how we feel. We're going to talk about Daken, however the hell you want to pronounce it. We're going to talk about Lady Deathstrike, and we're going to talk about, the upcoming caches and what we're going to do. If you want to follow us on social medias at the YouTube, it is the Super Snap Bros, and the artist formerly known as Twitter, Mr. Elon Musk's X. You can follow me at @thekid_snap. Let's get it. The kid. Oh yeah, Mr. No Big Deal. How the hell are you, my man?
Hey man, I'm pretty good. We got a nice meta. I've actually played a good amount of Snap the last couple weeks. Having a lot of fun with the game. The climb to infinite at the beginning of the season is a lot of fun. You almost forget about it with the conquest stuff that it's been Conquest City, but the first few days of the season is actually like a pretty good time. I definitely it used to just only be that.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I forgot how much I enjoyed it. I know people complain about the bots and stuff, but like I don't run into too many bots, I don't think. And if I do, it's not like that big of a deal. It's fun because ladder is just more casual. You can just spend a couple minutes at a time
Yeah.
playing a game here, a game there. I don't have to invest half an hour into
We got a sweaty option. We got a sweaty option if we want.
Yeah.
We can go to if we want to go sweat, and we can go to conquest, and
Yeah.
like really try hard. But like you said, just fire up a couple games. You got a free 5-10 minutes, like a couple games.
Yeah,
It's great.
I've been playing a lot. I mean, I was out of the country for the first week of the season, so I missed like a week, and I haven't really been grinding too much. I think I'm at like 93 or something rank,
Mhm.
but I played a lot of Thanos, played a lot of meme Thanos. I was trying to make a Thanos Gila Lockjaw. I just randomly started making one and moving cards around, just having fun. Um,
You play
my
Tribunal? You play Tribunal in there?
no. I was just playing the Gila. Like I was trying to work off the theory. Maybe I want to work with this more. If I get infinite, then the theory that like I think Gila's underrated, and I think she can probably be good if you just discard like one or two cards,
Right. You
and
pull
not
out a
just like
lockjaw. You're saying
not just like oh
no big deal if you pull out a lockjaw because like say you get a 4 cost card. It's a 6 and a
yeah
4. It's 10 power. Like whatever.
yeah or
Then
just
you
like
just get hella Lady Civ.
yeah or just like Lady Sif a death or something like
Mhm.
that, or
Yeah.
like just a random card and you play a six and it's like a six, like 18 on the last play or something. It's nothing too crazy, but a little bit of gambling, a little bit of fun, and you had to play Gambit in there too. That was the main reason I really wanted to play Gambit.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
This is
played
a
him in hell
random card.
already. It's strong in hell for sure.
Yeah, he's fun. So the deck wasn't that good, and I was just memeing around. I wasn't really climbing too much with it. I got this sick split on Devil Dino. It was like the perfect splits.
Yeah, that's
Dan
beautiful.
hit Red Crackle.
Perfection.
Yeah, it's wild. Um, Thanos Galactus list. I hadn't played too much with this. I have like all Thanos lists. Gila Lockjaw Thanos. The good player called the Human Spider. He came second in 2 tournaments with this Thanos list, the Thanos Lockjaw, with a little bit of move, which is pretty good. All right, after we were rudely interrupted by Podcastle shutting down, this Thanos Lockjaw list,
Hot trash.
really fun actually. Wasp, Spider Ham, Lockjaw, Killmonger, Wave, Spider Man, new guy, Shang
Mhm.
Chi, Devil Dino, Vision, Thanos, Magneto, Death. Really good. I think right now this meta. I think we'll talk about a list that I turned you on to earlier today. That just I think got you to infinite. Maybe you'll talk about it. That's just
Wow.
like ridiculous list. Um, Showcasing basically that I think Wave and Magneto are like the best combo in the game right now. Personally, I think Magneto is probably one of the best cards for this meta right now because everyone's playing threes and fours and you're just whipping them away. Um, and if you play Wave on 5, it's just like it's great always.
A
At least
lot
in
of
this
it,
meta.
I think too, is the I don't know. I was gonna say degradation. I don't think that's a word, but the devaluing of the 6 cost cards, like Hulk getting nerfed.
Yeah.
There's not too many crazy 6 power cards
No.
anymore. I was looking through the list
Yeah. Doom
because
got nerfed.
what? Which
Like
one?
Doom got nerfed, right?
Yeah, Doctor Doom Odin. Exactly. Yeah, I was making a ramp list earlier. Yeah, exactly. I looked at Doom Odin and I was like, okay, well that's kind of rough. I mean, leader's not what he was. But he's actually leader's pretty decent now. Actually, I was playing leader in that list,
Yeah.
but he's not what he was, and it's just Galactus big nerf and yeah. So Magneto's he's always just a 6/12 with a very useful effect, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
he's always been good.
Yeah. And now that people are playing a lot of like, Darkhawk's the number one list, you
Hmm.
just pull their Darkhawk and Rock Slide and everything, out of a lane
Hmm.
and you pull everything to one lane and they're kind of screwed, honestly.
Hmm.
You just win the other two lanes. It's great. So yeah, me, I'm just playing a lot of friggin' Thanos here. And just memeing around. The one list that I started playing, I think I saw last night or this morning from Safety Blade, who I think rates a lot for Marvel Snap Zone. Um, Great creator, great deck builder. This one is ridiculous. I just was playing casually at work. I think I was at rank 84 and I ranked up to like 90, like casually playing a few games at a time, not even like trying hard. I'll read this list out. It's Sunspot, Nebula, Craven, Spider-Ham, Armor, Jeff, Silk, Wave, Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, Arrow, Magneto. This deck basically is you play a bunch of 2 costs, you play your 1 costs and armor them to save them. You try and get ahead by turn 5. On turn 5, you play Wave and a 2 drop, and on turn 6, you win with Magneto or Arrow. Pretty simple.
Yeah, I mean, this deck's crazy, man. There's a
It
lot
is,
of ways to
right?
win. I didn't realize when I first read it, but then once you start playing the games, you're like, oh my god,
I
like
told you.
Craven goes crazy in this deck.
Yeah,
Craven is an absolute monster in here. Because I'm like, why is Arrow in here? Oh yeah, it's a 5/10 on 5 if you want,
yeah,
or you could play it with 1 cost on 6. Or just wave, wave in a 2 and then Arrow on 5. They can only play 1 card, right?
and
So
you win.
uh, yeah, and you pull it to the Craven lane, so he
Yeah,
gets more. And Silk's bouncing around, and Jeff can go over there. But the big Craven is Spider-Man procs him twice, which is awesome. If you roll the 50/50,
yeah,
sometimes you can guarantee that you roll it, or at least stack the odds in your favor. Spider-Man goes over there and pulls a card, so that makes your Craven 6 power. And then Magneto, if he pulls, say he pulls 3 cards over, I mean, that's a +6 on your Craven. So you're adding
yeah,
18 power to a lane, and you're pulling their cards over where the lane they're going to lose because you just added 18 power to it. So it's absolutely filthy. I mean, there's a lot of filthy combos in here. And
yeah,
yeah, really, really cool deck. Every card makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
And
And
I didn't realize it until I started playing it. I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
this
I was
this
trying to
is
tell you, I'm like,
awesome.
dude, this deck is like, it doesn't look like too crazy, but then you start playing and you're like, oh my god, it just wins. Oh, okay, I won again. Oh wow, I won again. I'm like, oh,
I
okay,
I
shit, I
gotta
just
say
ranked
this
up 10 and in no time, just at work being an idiot.
this season I do feel kind of bad because I definitely feel like I just rode Spider Ham to infinite. Like from 78 to 95, I played like a Dark Hawk Evo list with Spider Ham
Yeah,
because you put the rocks in their hand. I put Black Widow in there, and then Spider Ham he can't hit any of the rocks or the Widow bite, right? So just smashes their big cards, and then they draw a bunch of rocks, and then they GG, and that was pretty fun. But I stalled out around 95, and then played this deck from 95 to infinite like a couple hours ago, and
yeah,
I feel like the Spider Ham is just crazy,
it
like
is.
crazy, crazy disruption. And the Safety Blade guy is really smart for putting Spider Ham for the early game, and then as the early tech card, you see what your opponent's doing. You got a pretty good idea. If you hit Infinite, you're probably retreating, but which happens a lot. I do want to talk about that as well after you're done. Talk
Yeah.
about the meta. I gotta bring up this She Not deck is insane. Have you seen this thing?
Mm-mm.
The She Not deck?
I've seen a few of them, yeah, but
Oh god, I've gotten lit up by this thing a lot. It's crazy, crazy. But anyway, and then Shang Chi is the the next tech card for the late game. So I think both it like abuses both of those cards like really hard. If anyone's coming with some crazy high power stuff, you got the Shang-Chi, and then
Yeah.
it's Spider Ham for the early game. It's nuts. Like it's
Yeah, it's
absolutely
great because
ridiculous.
like if you're ahead on turn 4,
Mm-hmm.
or like then you just wave and 2-drop on turn 5, you're probably still gonna be ahead. And like you basically auto win because then you
Mm-hmm.
arrow or magneto in the lane that you're not winning, and you win. You
Yeah,
know.
and you could also Shang-Chi Jeff on turn 6 even
Yep.
after wave is another tricky thing. So
Yep.
they're playing one card and then you're playing Jeff and Shang because Jeff doesn't care about any of these restrictions that get put on him, right? Oh no,
Yeah.
Jeff will cost 4. Never mind, he'll cost 4, so you can't do
If
that.
you
But you
if you
move the
waved, yeah, then
yeah
if
you
you
move the Jeff and Shang-Chi. So yeah, gives you some cool options. And you play on a
yeah.
Silk, then Silk can move too, and you're kind
Yeah.
of covering a bunch of lanes while punching their cards. So that Shang-Chi's crazy in here too.
Yeah, you can play Shang-Chi in a 2-drop on the last turn as well, you know?
Yeah,
Like you can
yeah,
play
without the
Silk as
wave,
a
yeah.
2/5, like so
Mhm.
you get a
Yeah.
major swing. So yeah, this deck was just one that I just wanted to bring up today. I just started just played it today randomly and just started winning nonstop.
Mhm.
So it was just fun. But otherwise, Thanos is my boy. And I've just been grinding out Thanos. Just doing really dumb stuff. What's this
Our
sheet?
boy, oh sorry, go. Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
no.
say our boy Kevin got the Infinite a few
Yeah.
days ago
Yeah, yeah, tell me. I
with
was gonna say, what's this She-Not deck?
well, I lost to it 3 times in a row when I was playing Darkhawk.
Yeah.
And first game was 8 cubes. I didn't know. I just didn't know. So this is basically like the new Death Wave. This is the new Death Wave. Okay, this is the
Yeah.
whole deck, kid. I'm gonna give you the whole deck. Okay, you play Magic anytime between turn 1 and 4.
Yep.
Okay, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like she's cost 3, right? So 3 or 4, you play Magic. Okay, turn
Yep.
5. This is where it gets ridiculous. Turn 5, you play Leech, okay?
Oh yeah.
Because Leech is anything after turn 6, you can't use your cards. So 6 and 7, everything Leech hits, and it does not, yeah. So what does it say, kid? What does the new Leech
At the
say?
start of
Can you
turn
read it out?
6, yeah, at the start of
Yeah.
turn 6, remove all abilities from cards in your opponent's hand.
Yeah, so that counts for 6 and 7. So
Yep.
they're playing under leech, just like what in the old Death Wave decks, you're playing under wave. So you're restricted, but then your opponent's not restricted because they have uh, She-Hulk, they have Sunspot on the board, they have Infinite, and they have High Evolutionary Hulk as well. So you got Hulk, She-Hulk, Infinite, and Sunspot's out there too. So they skip 6, obviously, and then She-Hulk's free, and they could go either She-Hulk Hulk or She-Hulk Infinite, and you're leeched. So it's literally GG. There's nothing you can do. It's absolutely obnoxious, and just be careful for this deck. If they play Magic into Leech and you don't have an answer, like I would recommend retreating because I lost a lot of cubes trying to fight through it. I'll just draw it. I'll just draw the out. One time I even drew a Darkhawk, like on turn 7. I drew the Darkhawk. Doesn't matter. Infinite She-Hulk, like that's 29 power. That's more than Darkhawk. This is one of the outs for sure. The Legion, you got the Legion up here.
Oh, look at this
Like
boy.
I said, if you got a Legion, great. Like you win, you can win the game on 6. Obviously, play a Legion, but this is an out. But if you don't have an out, and like a lot of time your Legion would get leeched most of the time anyway, right? Because you'd be
Yeah.
playing it on 6,
Yeah.
and they play Leech on 5. So Leech is going to leech your Legion, leeching, and
Yeah.
then he be leeching.
Uh,
So this Chi deck is like really really crazy, just because new magic, and yeah, it's just watch out for
I
it.
haven't seen too much of it, honestly.
I got my shit pushed in, man. It was bad.
Yeah, I've seen like Moon Girl versions of like Moon Girl She-Not coming back. People are getting infinite
I
with
can give
that
you the
early
list
on.
Kevin used.
Sure.
'Cause I don't think it was using Moon Girl. I have it right here. Kevin, let's go. He's talking about. Okay, here we go. She Naughty. Uh, Sunspot Nebula. So same start as the OP deck you were just showing.
Yeah.
They got Sunspot Nebula and everything now. Misty Knight, Armor, Shocker. This was and I guess all the ones I played, they all ran
Yeah.
Shocker as well, actually.
Yeah.
So Shocker's kind of dirty. I guess this is if you want to just do a turn 5 skip, but you hit your She-Hulk, then
Yeah.
you could still play her for 0, right?
It's wild.
Magic, Cosmo. That's a dirty thing. I didn't realize there was Cosmo in here. High Evolutionary, Leech, She-Hulk, Hulk, Infinite.
It's wild.
So yeah. This thing's scary, man. Just watch out.
I love it.
I'm
I love
I'm
it.
I'm terrified of it. Well, it's like Death Wave. Like when we knew what Death Wave was, it's like okay, you just retreat. Like you can't beat Death, Doctor Doom, She-Hulk. Like you gotta retreat.
Yeah, yeah. Even with this deck too, this one from Safety Blade too, like is a lot of
Mhm.
times a turn seven's not beneficial for you at all, you know. And
Yeah,
you just gotta know there's no like not a lot of counters to like, Gila, that kind of stuff. Like I saw like a
yeah.
Gila
Like the big wombo combos.
like I
Yeah,
had a Gila wombo combo like happen to me one time and I'm like I didn't stay for it, but I'm
Mhm.
like, it's not really anything I can do. I mean, if I had Spider-Man,
yeah.
maybe I could, break up the Invisible Woman or
I was
something.
gonna say you do have some answers because you can move their shit around and make stuff awkward for them that way for sure. Yeah, like Spider Man, or if you could pass Prio and time a Shang Chi or Arrow. Like if they're playing Invisible Woman, hella you like Arrow's awesome because you can pull the Modoc
Yeah,
a
Arrow
turn
Modoc.
early
Yeah.
and the Modoc hits hella. So,
The
but you have to have again, you got to have the out obviously. But this deck definitely has outs too. The She Not deck and the Hella deck for sure. I mean, this Safety Blade deck's crazy. It has outs to everything. Because Arrow's kind of like that. Like it's a sneaky card. Like we all stopped playing it, but it
I
still does the
know.
same thing. It's a really good effect. Like,
Dude, she's great. The more I played her, like when I was playing her today, I'm like, "Oh my god, I missed this card. Two,
yeah,
this card's still really good. Like
it's really
still
good.
really
Yeah,
good. Not even into
yeah,
Craven always, like just to arrow things
yeah.
off to
Just
the
Arrow.
side.
It's still Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's great. Um
Mhm.
but yeah, so like I love the meta right now. Then the beginning of the I know the beginning I really didn't play too much cuz I was on vacation, but I played kind of before bed. Um a
Mhm.
lot of destroy at the beginning. Still see a decent amount of destroy, but not as
Yeah.
much. Um
Yeah,
that
there's a good amount out there for sure.
yeah, that Lambie deck kind of took over. I mean, I don't know if it's like Lambie's for sure, but whatever. The one shit, I might have deleted it because I had like so many other decks. Yeah, I think I deleted it. It's the one did you see the one with the new one with the Silk package that basically made Silk popular? Silk, Craven, Angela, all that stuff.
Yeah, Kitty Pride. That one
Yeah,
had Kitty Pride,
yes,
right?
yes. Let me pull it
Yeah.
up. I'll read it out cuz that is taking over the meta because it basically dodges Shang-Chi, you know? And so it's been
Yeah.
beating a lot of these what's it called? Um Darkhawk decks. Where is this one?
Yeah, Hoogland posted one like that. I remember at the end of last season. He's like, "Here's
Yeah.
something I want to experiment with," and it's basically the idea is you got Angela in one lane and you got Craven in the other lane, and you play all your move stuff into the Angela lane, and then you just move it over to the Craven lane, and you play more stuff on the Angela lane, and
Yeah.
she can get up to like 10, 12 power. Craven get up to like 8 power. All the two drops have like 5 power on their own, so that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jeff is crazy and can just win you any lane. And it's a pretty good. It's just like a almost good cards. That like this is like the new good cards, you know.
Yeah. This is the deck that he won the Snap fan tournament with. That he's been basically
Oh.
popularizing. It's Kitty
Mhm.
Pride, Angela, Craven, Jeff, Silk, Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, Miles Morales, Legion, Vision, and Chavez.
Mhm.
It just works. The Miles, it enables Miles. Basically, Miles is always a 1/5 because everything's running around. Spider Man's got good disruption now. Captain Marvel is a great inclusion as a 4. which we'll talk about. Legion always good for disruption. Then you got the Angela Kitty Pride, the Craven, like you said, Shang-Chi. It's like it's great. It goes big, but
Yeah,
not too big. Just
I
consistent.
definitely wish they did the Captain Marvel, to five and Vision to four. But
Yeah.
new Captain Marvel and new Vision are definitely like making waves right now. Like I see them all the time. I
Yeah.
played a good amount of Vision myself. Um, and yeah, I mean they're like pretty good cards, both of them now. I think Captain Marvel is like a really good card,
Yeah.
and Vision seems like pretty good.
Let's talk about the OTAs. Let's talk about the old OTA. Let's just kind of go through it quick because this one's from August
Yeah,
3rd, since we haven't really
for
talked
sure.
about them. Um,
Hmm.
Hawkeye was a 1/1 +2 power. Now it's +3 power, so it can be a
Hmm.
1/4. Like this change. This change is good. I thought. It makes them
Yeah, I
not
played
like
it in bounce right away, right when
that's
they
it.
did it, and it's really sick in bounce, like
Yeah,
really good in bounce.
yeah. So I think that's where he'll find his home is bounce, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know where else I don't know where else you would want to play him. To be honest, I can't
Yeah,
think of
like
anything.
maybe Shayna, like they just changed Shayna. We'll get to
Yeah,
Shayna later, but
I don't know. Yeah,
yeah,
if I make you're happier if you get him off Shauna now. So whatever, Shayna. But yeah, I
yeah,
think really good in bounce. 'Cause I've seen him get up to like 1/7 pretty easily, and then even
mhm,
1/10 as well.
yeah.
So yeah, cool change. Cool to see him in some decks. Otherwise, I've never seen him.
There, there was a secret tech I used to use when I used to play Cerebro 3,
Yeah,
and that was Hawkeye into Domino. It's guaranteed two threes first two turns.
yeah,
If you draw, obviously if you draw the Hawkeye, but this change kills that unfortunately. So what can you
C4.
do?
All right, Hulkbuster 3/4 to 3/5 seems like a good change. Hulkbuster was kind of shit at 3/4. No one ever played it. Now, at least like you're not as bad. 3/5 is a decent stat line where like if you can't enable something, it's not like the worst thing ever. But I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen it too much in the last couple weeks. Like when this change first came out, I saw it a bit in some like Nimrod decks and stuff like that. But um, I don't know. I still think it's not great, but maybe it'll pair later on with cards that come out. I don't know. What
You
do you
know what's
think?
weird with this card? I like it's such a cool concept objectively, but
Yeah,
I kind of just hate this card. I don't know. Like
yeah,
I've seen it a decent amount since they changed it. I think it sucks. Like I don't know, I just think this card sucks. Something about it rubs me the wrong way. Like it's one of those where I think the problem is that if everything kind of lines up perfectly, then you're not ever getting eight cubes because it happens really early on.
yeah,
Like you Hulkbuster a Deadpool, then you kill it, then you kill it again. Like you're not getting. There's no surprise. Like everything you're doing is like on turn three, right? Like
yeah,
and then it has to align up for you in the first place. So it's
yeah,
like when you win, you don't win that much, and then when your deck's just more inconsistent because you have Hulkbuster. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. That's kind of true. I agree. It's even like that with
Mhm.
like if you do it to a Nimrod, if you do it to multiple man, then it's like
Yeah,
it's coming and
I know it's
people
about
yeah.
to happen.
At least Galactus had a little bit of surprise.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, ton of surprise.
Yeah,
Nobody expects Galactus now.
yeah. Vision 5/7 to 5/8. Good change. He was crap at 5/7. Now at least we might see him. We've seen him playing in a few decks now, like the Human Spider. Thanos Lockjaw. That's a
Mhm,
second place deck in two tournaments playing Vision. Lambie, who won,
mhm.
has Vision in his deck.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's
yeah.
a
No, it's
decent
good.
card in the right package now.
Yeah, I think it's a combo of the other cards getting nerfed too, like the best decks getting nerfed, and then Vision going up. And it's like, where do
Yeah,
you go for a five drop now?
yeah,
This card's pretty sick.
yeah. I think it's pretty good.
It's good in ramp too, like because ramp you would always run Odin Doom before, but now that Doom got nerfed, like Vision's a nice option for a five.
He's not bad. He gets into a lot of these pesky locations.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't mind him.
Yeah, it would have been cool. Would you have preferred to go to 4, or is that just like that's just everybody's take? Probably, I would assume, right?
Like, and then have
And
Captain Marvel be a
Marvel would be
5/7.
a 5/7. Yeah.
It would have been cooler, but it might have been too good.
You think a 4 like Vision would have been like probably 4/6,
Or like a
I
four
guess.
five. Probably would have been 4/5.
Yeah.
A 4/6 that can move, that would be ridiculous, man. Every turn.
Yeah. You're right. It'd probably be a 4/5. Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't want to put them all the way down to a 4/5, and then maybe they were scared nobody would use it. Four
Everyone
five.
would
I don't
use
know.
it. That'd still be broken. I think that'd be
Yeah, it sounds
ridiculous.
cool.
Because you could Zabo
Yeah, it
him on
sounds cool.
3, and then you could have a 3/5 that's moving around the board everywhere.
Yeah, it's great.
That'd be crazy.
That sounds fun. I don't know. That sounds like a good
Of
time.
course it's
I don't
fun, but
know.
then you just have Craven just get out of control every single game.
Yeah,
You could just dodge
yeah,
priority every turn. Like it'd be wild. Of course it would be fun. It'd be a wild card, I think.
yeah. Maybe that's what
That's
they're scared of. It's just like too broken.
Well, I think like look at Nightcrawler. Like if Jeff can move once and can go anywhere, like why can't Nightcrawler just move every turn? Make him a 1/1 and make him move every turn. Maybe that'd be just be too
Well,
good to move all the time. Maybe that's why they haven't done something like that. Because like a 1/2
yeah,
that can move once that can get killed by Shang-Chi is like, or Killmonger, sorry, is like
yeah.
okay. It's
Well,
good. It's a cool
that's
card,
the
but like
problem with Killmonger. That's the problem with Nightcrawler is the last part, and
yeah,
it's the
yes,
problem with a lot of one drops. It's just the Killmonger factor. I mean,
yeah.
we've talked about it, but it's like
But like why can't
why
Nightcrawler?
play? Yeah,
Yeah, like why can't Nightcrawler teleport everywhere? He's a one drop. He's
hmm
like he should be able to kind of do that. I think it would be kind of cool.
yeah,
But
yeah.
maybe that's just way too good. I don't know.
Mhm. On a 1/1, I don't think it would be, but because it's really just Craven that benefits from that.
Miles.
Yeah, but in Miles' decks, he always costs 1 anyway. Is that it wouldn't change
Yeah.
anything. Like moving twice, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
He already works with Miles now. Like you could plan it.
Yeah. You just don't have to plan it.
Mhm.
Um.
Yeah,
Yeah. Captain Marvel 4/5 from 5/6. This was a sick change. Captain Marvel's a great card now.
this card's kind of crazy. This card's kind of crazy now.
Yeah. Anytime there's like then something goes to a 4, you're like, all right, Zabu. Like, all right, you just could just play her on
Yeah, even
3.
without it, like
Play her on 3.
4 or 5 Marvel's crazy. Like
It's great.
you'd always just play it. You just slam it down. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah, you're never upset about slamming it down either. Like the stats aren't like on
Yeah.
par with like good stats, but it's just
Mhm.
it goes anywhere and like it'll win for you. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I've liked the past couple weeks seeing if the 4/5 Marvel. I've played some decks with the 4/5 Marvel and they've been really fun. And I don't think she's broken by any means, but definitely better
Mhm.
than what she was because like a 5/6 just felt so bad the way the cards
It
have
is
been.
nice to see them just buff the cards that aren't getting played at all. So,
Yeah,
especially like a card like Vision where I think he's pool 2, so like
yeah,
that's pretty sick. Yeah.
yeah. It's nice.
Hmm.
It's nice what they're doing. I
Yeah,
mean, they're doing
Hunter
so
buffs
good.
income.
They're doing so
Mhm.
good with these, OTAs and stuff. It's awesome. And like they're not breaking
Yeah,
cards and the meta is great. So like they're killing it, honestly.
I was playing some Cerebro 5 in the last week because,
Yes.
all those cards, Silk, I mean, Lizard, but all these cards are just 5 now.
Yeah.
And it feels great just slamming the Medusa down in the middle lane.
Yes.
Like,
It's awesome. And like you don't even
yeah.
need Mystique in that deck because it's just like they're all
No,
fine.
yeah,
Like
no
a
mistake.
seven's fine.
Yeah, it feels very, very legit that, with just Luke Cage, no mistake.
Yeah. This change I loved. I think we called for this maybe a month ago or something or a couple months, whatever it was.
Yeah,
Absorbing
we
Man.
said that this card was really bad, and everyone was saying, "Oh, it's crazy. It's got crazy combos." We're like, "No, this card's shit. It's 4 costs. It's too much. It's a bad card." And
Yeah.
I'm happy they realized it. It took a
Finally, and
while, but they did
a
it.
pretty huge buff. Like 4/3 to
Yeah, yeah.
4/5, like 2 power is ridiculous buff. He needed it. He needed it. So now it's like he's played a little bit, which is great. Again, he's not he's not broken. I haven't seen Absorbing Man break the game in the last couple of weeks. They're not going to tune him down. He's great with like
As an
Brood.
absorbing man, as an absorbing man enjoyer, I would have liked to see it go to 3 power. I don't even care if they go to 3-2. Um, it's kind of stupid. People are doing the brood shit now, and to me that's dumb. Uh, I feel like that was never like the intention of the card.
Yeah.
You know, to clone itself, and oh, it's got 5 only because it has 5 power now. You could use it with brood. Like, I don't know. Like, this card's supposed to like break the game. I would have liked it. You know, put it down to 3. You know, Sarah will still bring it to a 2. I mean, even at a 4, Sarah Zabu brings it to 2. But uh, you know, I think if it's a 3 cost, you don't like have to use it with a crazy Wong combo. You could just do a card and then play the Absorbing Man. And it's like, you know, just to get the honor reveal. So
You can do
I don't
that
know.
now with a 4/5 though, which is pretty good.
Yeah, 4 is like a lot though,
Oh,
still.
but
But
Zabo.
yeah, yeah.
But anyways, I like how he got buffed.
It's good that they buffed him. He definitely needed a buff.
You
This card was really bad at 4-3.
you know what I've seen recently? Lady
But
Deathstrike absorbing man.
oh, that's next
Because
level.
then you
That's
get
next
5. Then you
level.
get the 5, right?
Yeah, I played against a Shuri Lady Deathstrike player.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I've seen like the Forge or before this update today, Forge or like
Mhm.
Shuri, not really Shuri, like
Yeah.
Forge or something, some way to buff Lady Deathstrike, and then
Mhm.
Zola on 6.
Oh my god. Yeah, if you
I
get like
mean,
a Nakia, maybe play Nakia
yeah, yeah,
on a
yeah,
3, right? And
yeah,
then you could Shuri Deathstrike, get her to a 5-8, and then yeah, and then just ether the other 2 lanes too.
yeah. The more memes than actually good, but I've seen
For
some people
sure.
pull that off, and it's hilarious. Just kind of attacks everything. Um, Yeah, they also changed Conquest here. I don't really play Conquest that much, so not a
I don't
big
play it
change
at
for
all.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave us more medals, which is good. That's always good. So yeah,
Yeah. This metal shop thing does suck. I mean, that is, you know, we're talking about cozy and Alex takes that. That's a good cozy take. The metal shop is not great. I mean, last season they basically like tripled the price out of everything in the metal shop,
yeah,
and now they're giving more medals. So basically, we're just like back to season one. Is what I'm seeing here. So great. Like, it was fine season one. I don't know why they changed it, but now it's like it's almost like they're just changing it to make it look like they're doing something. You know?
yeah. I guess it's all right for people that play all the time Conquest because like people end up getting all the medals and everything. But like, I never play it that much because you don't know if
Yeah,
I
but
can't
kid,
or
last
time.
season they raised
Oh,
the
I
price
know.
on
Yes,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know. Yeah,
So
last
it's
season it
like,
was ridiculous. But
rather than giving more medals, why don't you just lower the price to what it was in season one and
yeah,
just be done with it? Like,
yeah,
this
I
is
think
like,
well, the reason why they did it was, and don't get me wrong, I think it was too high of a price last season. But last season I think was a 5-week season, and then
mhm,
before that was the introduction of Conquest, so it wasn't a full month. So everything was
yeah,
cheaper. But I think they raised it
mhm,
too much. I think they overcompensated. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like they should
And they
have
did the
raised it a
maths.
little
They
bit
did the
because it
quick.
was like double the season.
Should have did the quick maths.
Yeah, they didn't. But yeah, I don't know. Conquest is just it's fun and once I play it, but I don't ever do it competitively, so I don't really care that much. I just meme on the
Yeah.
ladder. It's hilarious.
It's definitely not a mode for the filthy casual, and this is definitely a podcast for the
Yeah,
filthy
yeah,
casual.
yeah.
So,
I'm not a conquest grinder by any means. I didn't get the
yeah,
reward last season. I didn't care. What
yeah.
was it? Oh,
No,
the
me
Mister
neither. I didn't
Sinister
get it
one.
either.
The Mister Sinister variant. You didn't get that one.
I loved the variant. I thought it was awesome,
Did you get
but
it?
no, I just didn't play that much, and
Oh crap!
I
I thought you
never
would have.
like. I couldn't find like a deck that I was good, like I was winning with consistently. I just never
Yeah.
found that deck. You know, like the season before, I got that lockdown deck was ridiculous, and
Oh yeah.
I found it last season. So
Yeah.
no, I didn't get it. I was
Yeah.
went back to my filthy casual roots, kid. You know, I was a filthy casual last season.
Yeah. There's an anime Wolverine this season. We'll see if I play Conquest this season. My guess is probably not, but we'll see. All I really wanted, to be honest, is to get to rank 90. That's like my goal, to get the 500 gold, and then I'm happy and I don't care. You know,
Yeah,
I don't care really about the card backs or anything, but to get the
then it's
500
time to
gold is
meme.
great. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's meme time.
Yeah.
So then we had the patch on August 8th, about a week
Another
ago or
one.
so. Another one.
Another one.
So they, they did some quality of life upgrades, new multi upgrade. This is great. I love this. If you have enough resources, you can select the quality you like and upgrade it once. Have you done this yet? Of course, I'm sure you have.
Yeah, it feels great. I think it might be bugged.
Why?
When you get the season pass mission that says upgrade a card,
Mm-hmm.
and say you do like 6 upgrades, which
Yeah.
I did like
Yes.
a 0 to infinite on one of my things.
Yeah.
I think you only get one upgrade a
Yeah.
card on the mission.
Yes, I noticed that too. That part is bugged.
So
So if you
something, just
if you did
watch
it,
out for that. If you guys are
yeah,
doing that, maybe if you need the mission, do one at a time, and
yeah,
then yeah, if you don't have that mission, then go nuts. Go
yeah.
zero to
But
infinite
this
real quick.
does this does save so much time because you have to go through before you have to go through the whole collection track animation like for every single little one. You're like, oh come on.
Oh, I love seeing that thing go. Oh, collection. Oh, plus 32. Like it
Yeah,
feels fantastic instead of
I
having
love
to
it.
change the screen like 50 times.
Yeah. Um, this one new feature upgrade with gold for the whales. You can upgrade.
Oh,
You can upgrade your
I
cards
didn't
with.
see that.
Yeah, you can upgrade your cards with golds if you're short on credits. Um,
Hmm.
definitely, definitely, definitely for the whales. Would not
Hmm.
recommend anyone ever do this. I think one
Yeah.
booster is 4 gold on this, which is like absolutely insane.
Yeah,
4 gold for
that's
one booster is like just a complete rip off. So it's just like if you're
not
really
like
whaling,
this.
yeah, yeah,
Not like this.
exactly. Or if you want to split and like it's you're like 2 boosters off, you want to spend that 8 gold or whatever the hell it is, you know, then maybe. But like that's just yeah, not good.
Don't do it, man. Just play.
But
Just play a couple games.
but it's an option for the whales, so fine. If people want to do it, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
happy that it's there. I'm glad that it's there. It's great.
Yeah.
Um, you can select your avatar on the top of the menu, which is good. So like it's not like the it's easy now instead of just having to change it every single time.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, I think here I'll go through it right now. I think it's when you go to the main screen
Yeah, on the
here.
top of the
You just click
middle.
here
I know where it
and then you can just select your avatar for the
is.
deck or
Okay,
whatever.
nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
Uh yeah, pretty sick. Good quality of life, changes. Nothing like game breaking or anything. Where are we here? Here we are. When you view an upgradable card in your collection, you could choose not to upgrade it. It'll be marked as red. Okay, sure. It's just for the stupid little red stuff at the bottom. Um, all right, let's go to the balance updates. Nothing too much on this patch. Nothing. There was one crazy change, but nothing. Not a ton of changes. Cable was just like
Fixed.
went
They
from
fixed them.
went from pull Chavez to all right. Now just draw the top card out of your opponent's deck. So basically what it
Hmm.
was before. So it was good. They reverted him. I haven't seen any cable since
No,
this.
me either. Unless
So
you play C cable, you're playing. It's tell that it's a bot.
yeah, exactly. Magic, they just did the quality of life change that they said they were going to do. So now you can actually play Magic on turn 6 as a 3/2 if you have the extra,
Yeah,
mana. But it just doesn't
that's
activate Limbo.
it's a pretty big deal actually. That's a pretty big buff. That was a big problem with Magic before.
Yeah, like you couldn't actually play her if you wanted the
Yeah,
stats.
like sometimes you just need the power. Like especially if you're playing
Yeah,
Surfer or something, just get a 3 drop out there.
yeah, yeah. That's a 3/4 with Surfer.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, Mr. Negative, another buff to Mr. Negative. So you can't get like a 3/14 or something.
Yeah, like death. Like if,
Yeah,
I don't know if you're playing death or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Then you become like a 12 cost card for no reason.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's kind of works now like the peak. So
I guess the main one that they said is Jane Foster in there, which makes sense because Jane Foster pulls all the zeros. It's a Mr. Negative deck. There's a bunch of zeros.
yeah,
So but if he hits Jane Foster, then she costs 8. So that sucks.
yeah. Then you're done.
Yeah.
Well, that's maybe pretty good for Jane Foster then.
Yeah, you'd have to be playing a Magic negative deck, I guess, for that to work because you'd have to play Jane Fonda on turn 6.
Yeah.
because she costs 6, right? If she gets switched
Yeah.
now, instead of you used to cost 8, then you can
Yeah.
just never play her.
Yeah.
But still, though, you play Jane Fonda on 6, and then you just pop off turn 7. You probably win the game at that way for sure.
Oh heck yeah.
I'm
Rogue.
fired up for Ramona. Ramona's coming out in about a month, and it's gonna be Mr. Negative season. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yes. Rogue was a 3/2. Just steal the ongoing. Now triggers unrevealed as well. I think they're kind of making this quality of life change for all these kind of cards that steal. I
Mhm.
think there's only 2 cards that have an ongoing and an unreveal. Soulstone and
Electro,
Electro.
yeah.
I can think of. I don't know. There's another one great, but that's the so if Rogue steals the Soulstone, it gets the card draw too. Huge
Mhm.
buff. And then here's the huge one, Spider-Man. Complete
Yeah,
rework to my boy. Was a 5/4 and now
yeah,
it's a 3/5 and moves another location and pulls an enemy card from here to there. I mean, I'm sure we're all aware of this by now. This is old news, but like this is a complete rework. Say goodbye to Galactus, Spider-Man, that's gone. Lockdown decks, gone.
yeah.
Um, all those lockout locations gone. Spider-Man, the main lockdown boy, has been reworked. I love the new Spider-Man actually. He's a lot of fun. And he's I think we talked about this. I mean, I think I was saying this a while ago that like he should move around the board at least once. Um
Yeah.
but I was talking about OP like locking down locations more than once and you had to tell me that it was broken. So
Yeah, you can't
so
do that. It's like Spider-Man absorbing man, but in one card. You
yeah.
can't do that.
Like I was like make him a 4-0. But anyways,
Yeah.
he just like he pulls. Yeah, you see him. He play him. He's a 3/5, which is great stats. Like Polaris, you're not upset with the stat line. And he just he's a good control card. He whips a card out of the lane. He can whip combos out of the lane. If you have like Iron Man, Tribunal Onslaught combo, you can get rid of that. Invisible Woman, get rid of those. Any card you don't want in the lane, he gets rid of them. And he pulls unflipped cards too, cards that
I,
haven't been
I was
revealed
just
yet.
gonna say that
Okay.
the thing I love that they did with this is that he pulls face down cards too. I think it just make like somebody they want to play a card in the space that they want to play it, and just knowing I don't even care if it's just a neutral card that doesn't matter. I know you wanted to play there, and now Spider Man says it's your friendly neighborhood Spider Man, and he goes to somewhere else, and
Yeah.
it just makes for fun gameplay. Like
Yeah.
it's just really fun to watch him jump around and mess up your opponent's stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like
Yeah,
more in line with all the, Spider-Man cards from the season we just had, the Spider-Verse season, where they're all moving around everywhere. Now he can
yeah,
finally like
yeah.
web
Same,
sling,
yeah,
so
Silk and Spider Man are going around the
yeah.
board and they're having a great time.
My favorite so far has been like because there's been so much destroy because of Daken. Um
Mhm.
that like I've whipped out so many Bucky Barnes and Carnages and split them up like that
Yeah,
like you just pull them out of the lane and the Bucky's just sitting there, just so sad.
yeah. Destroy hates that. They hate
It's
that.
so
And
bad.
Polaris too. Like
Yeah.
Polaris, they don't like that
Yeah,
either.
you can pull Nimrods out of the way too. Like it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I won a 4 cuber with I knew it was gonna be Arnim Zola. So there was a big Venom and I just put Spider Man.
Roll the
Just
dice.
whipped him out. I mean it seemed like I didn't know for sure obviously, but it seemed like a pretty telegraphed Zola and just I
Mhm.
yeeted Spider Man out of there and then won the game.
Yeah, Zola usually telegraph, but you gotta hit the right card too. Right? So that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. No, there was just like a one Venom in the lane. I guess, yeah, but
Uh,
I ended up pulling the Venom. I guess I could have pulled the Zola too, but I think I would have won either way.
mhm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, this guy's a rock. He's a rock star in Cerebro 5 too. Now, by the way, great.
yeah, probably. I mean, like
Yeah.
he seems like a card now that's like not like Jeff, but like on the same level
Yeah.
in the sense that like, oh, I need a 3 cost in my deck. Let me just play
Mhm.
Spider-Man. He seems like just a universal like I can just put him in here. And it's not gonna really make your deck worse or you know worse.
Well, yeah, it's like you said, similar to what people were doing with Polaris, right? Where
Yeah,
It's like, all right, like she's just a solid three. She's got a good stat line. The effect is useful. You
Yeah.
know, it can mess. You know, at the time people were using it to counter Galactus. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so you got your deck, and then okay, here's my Galactus counter. Hopefully, I get it if I'm playing Galactus. And, you know, Spider Man's another interesting option now. That do you which card do you think is better than Spider Man or Polaris? Because I actually don't know. I think maybe slightly Spider Man, honestly.
I think Spider-Man.
Yeah, me too.
I'm completely biased, but
Mhm.
'cause I love the boy. But no, I think Spider-Man's better.
Yeah,
Obviously they
the
do
fact that
different things, but
he moves too, and he pulls face down is like awesome.
yeah, because he creates space in the lane for yourself as well, you know.
Yeah,
And you could kind of target him as well, because if you
yeah,
have like a lane full, I mean, not you. If your opponent has a lane full, he'll target the other lane. It's not like he's gonna jump into the lane and not pull the card,
mhm,
you know. So
yeah.
it's like you can target it a little bit in a way if you really want to.
Yeah,
Um,
but it does feel like you can target it, but it feels like Polaris is more targeted, more controlled, which I guess
yes.
fits the lore. Fits the
Yeah.
lore more anyway, right? Like Polaris is
Yeah.
like she's psychic, she's controlling stuff,
Yeah.
and then Spider Man's like crazy, he's going around
Yeah.
everywhere. So like it
Yeah.
does like the cards do have their own little personalities. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. The f-
But yeah, Polaris, like if your opponent has three in a lane, and there's a one or two drop anywhere on the board, like you are 100% clogging their lane if you play Polaris there,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it's more reliable that way, I guess.
I think the reason why I think Spider-Man's better is that he can take any card,
Yeah, yeah,
not
no, for
just a one
sure.
or two drop. The
I
fact that
guess
you
by
can
design though, right? Because it would
yeah.
just be way worse than Polaris if it was just only one or two drop, right?
Yeah, the fact that you can take their big cards and ruin their
Yeah,
combos is like, you're not ruining combos by stealing a one or two most of the
yeah,
time.
hundred
Unless you're
percent. Yeah,
pulling like a Luke Cage into Fisk Tower or something. But
yeah.
yeah.
Carnage, you're pulling the Carnage or something before they play it. Yeah,
Yeah, and you could kamikaze him into Fisk Tower as well with one of their cards.
yeah, yeah.
He just kills himself. Um, it's great. So yeah, I don't know. I really like this change. I think it's good. They did him good. They did him good, and he's still gonna be played. They didn't kill him. So I don't
It's
know.
a meta. This is a meta card right now. I mean, this is straight
Yeah,
up meta card currently. So we'll see how long he sticks around. But he's still in the meta in a totally different way than he was before.
yeah, I like him. And then they
Yeah, me
uh
too.
they they changed the thing. I wouldn't
Mhm.
call it a nerf. I wouldn't call it the buff. Before he was afflict a random enemy card with -1 power. Repeat this twice more. So before he was guaranteed to get the -3. Now he's just
-3.
afflict.
Yeah,
Yeah, now he's just afflict 3 random enemy cards here with -1 power. So now he's like more variable, where like they have to have 3 cards there for you to get the full -3. So this is a buff to Abomination thing. This is a
yeah.
nerf to everything else thing, I guess, right?
That was my exact analysis as well. I was gonna say if you're relying on Abomination, this is actually just a straight up buff,
Yeah.
and in at almost every other scenario, it's a nerf. So I'd say overall, it's a nerf.
Yeah.
But if you're relying on Abomination, this is much better because you get everything in the lane, and
Yeah.
Abom is only counts each card. How many cards are affected with
Yeah.
negative power, not how much negative power is affected on each card. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, exactly. And I never
Mhm.
thought, I don't know, personally, I never thought the thing was a big issue or anything like that. I didn't think it was overpowered.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're doing this because it's overpowered or just to make it in line, because this is the only weird one, right? Like Wasp was, like this. What else? Cyclops only does like one at a time. Like all the rest of them do only one at a time. So this is the only one that did like could afflict one card more than once.
Yeah. True.
So this kind of
Yeah.
just
So, yeah.
like just makes it more consistent, I guess.
Mhm. I think
Um,
honestly, they just wanted to nerf Evo again, and that's what they did.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
that's how I read into this. Because obviously, if you play Evo, you know the thing's like not even close to a broken guard. But if Evo is still performing like 60% win rate across the board, and the thing is also the same thing. It's just because you're playing an Evo deck, the thing has the same win rate as the Evo. and
Yeah.
they still don't want to hit the actual Evo or anything. Then they already hit Wasp and Hulk, which was the clear two best. So
Yeah.
they didn't want to hit Wasp and Hulk again.
Yeah.
That's how I interpret it. They
At
just
least
want
this
to tone down Evo again.
Yeah, at least it's buffed the bomb though, which I think a bomb Evo now is probably going to be a great deck. I don't see it ever, and it's probably a great deck
Yeah,
because no one's
well, I
playing.
played. Oh yeah, my Darkhawk. Sorry, my Darkhawk deck that I played. It did have Abomination in there too. It had Thing and Abomination. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's great.
yeah. Because Thing is, it's a Zabu. It's a Zabu card. So you
Yeah,
gotta include it in the Darkhawk deck. It's
yeah,
obviously also a Zabu card.
exactly. I think this with Moon Girl would be pretty sweet, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Also a Zabu card. 4 costs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
All right, that's the patch. I think it was great. I think they're hitting
Mhm.
these out of the park, man. They're just really good every time.
Well, there's another one. There's another one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying so far. Now today's. Let's go over
Yeah.
today's. Today's OTA, and then next week is a week off, so we'll have this meta for 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Um, First one, Forge, still staying at 2-1, but now buffing instead of +2, buffs +3. I think this was needed because Ford was a piece of crap card before this.
Mhm.
And I've tried to make Forge work in like Deadpool and stuff, and many people have, but he was garbage before.
Yeah. Awful
Like
card. It was one of the
just
worst cards in the game.
yeah, just garbage.
Yeah. It was a meme card basically before.
Yeah, seriously, seriously.
Mhm.
What do you think about this change? Instead of doing +3 power, instead of like making him a 2-2 or something.
I messed around with all three of these changes in this patch. Forge seems to be the biggest one, honestly. I think it's very relevant, especially with Daken just came out.
Yeah,
Daken's really good at a 7. It's like a reliable 14 once you double him
yeah,
after Forge, which is like a ton of power. Obviously, you don't
yeah,
have to do any BS where you're Wong, you play Wong, Daken, you got two. Like you don't have to do any of this crazy stuff. You just double him once with Forge. He's a 14 power card. Really, really nice. And yeah, I mean, like Deadpool's already kind of coming back already. Like some people are messing with Deadpool now. It's like yeah, +3. If you draw your Deadpool late, still really nice.
yeah,
Um, you could like, yeah, and obviously Nimrod's already at 6, so now you can get him to make your opponent Shang-Chi or Nimrod easier now, which
yeah.
which comes up more than you would think.
It's true.
Yeah, I played some Nimrod today, and I think I got Shang-Chi twice.
Oh,
It,
bro,
it, it, it can protect your Venom. That's how I look at it. It's like that's my Cosmo. I make
yeah,
sure there's a 9 Nimrod on the Venom lane, and if they Shang-Chi, then you're gonna have to deal with some Kirby's.
yeah. I mean, that's I'm no stranger to destroy Nimrod decks, but yeah, I just
Yeah.
constantly I've had Nimrods get Shang-Chi'd. I don't understand why.
Hmm.
I've never lost once it's got Shang-Chi'd.
Hmm.
One time a guy did it very smartly and he almost won, but he was like off by a couple points. But yeah, like people just do it and I don't know why.
Hmm.
But Forge, I think it's a good change. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I wonder with this kind of. I was thinking, if with Forge and like these more combo central, like Deadpool kind of decks, more Kitty Pride decks kind of thing coming back with the Craven package. I wonder if Ghost is worth exploring because to play these
Like,
one drops on turn 6 that can throw
mhm.
priority, like Deadpool, you destroy, right? Like, or maybe Invisible Woman again. You just use the Invisible Woman and put Killmonger under there. That way at the end of the game, it destroys all the one drops.
Oh, you're saying to counter the Deadpool?
Yeah, yeah. To counter these
Yeah.
kind of stuff. I wonder if
Mhm.
that's going to be a thing where it's like worth doing. I don't know. Is
I
Ghost
think
worth
current. I
doing?
think currently no, just because it's not like the top meta deck. Like this would have to become like Forge, like Deadpool would have to become like a top 2 like deck in the game, right, for you to even be worth doing that. But yeah, if it happens, absolutely. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's something it's probably might be dumb, but I was
Mm,
just thinking about like just
mm,
all these like cards getting buffed now. Like if you don't have priority going into the last turn, is it worth having Ghost in your deck to like be able to Shang-Chi them at the end of the game?
mhm.
I don't know. Probably not. It's probably not worth it, but
It might be. I mean,
who knows?
I've definitely messed around with that a lot. when it was the bounce meta, I tried really hard to make
Yeah.
Ghost Killmonger work.
Yeah.
Varied success. Sometimes it was great, sometimes it didn't work. But like if you like you want to play like a Sarah control type of deck, like Ghost can fit in there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe Invisible Woman's just better in general.
I don't know, man. I think Invisible Woman's kind of bad, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, she's good. She has her place. But I guess she can get Cosmo, so I don't know.
She can get a lot. She can get a lot of things.
She
There's a
gets
lot of, like, that deck we were just playing that has Arrow in
Does
it,
it?
like
And Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah, I was playing one where the guy played Invisible Woman, and then he played
Yeah.
Echo, and then I RNG the shit out of the game. Luckiest man alive. Camp Lehigh comes out, gives me Rogue, and he had Invisible Woman, Echo, and I snapped, and then played Rogue, and he lost.
That's
Like
great.
the Echo's supposed to protect the Invisible Woman. They just play Rogue or Arrow or Spider Man. It's like
Yeah.
it only protects from Cosmo. That's it.
Yeah. That's a
I don't
great
know, man.
Camp
I think the
Lehigh.
Invisible Woman part is bad in my opinion. It's nice they buffed her to 3. I still think she sucks.
Yeah. Bro, these Camp Lehigh rogues just be wilding out there. I got
Yeah,
one
yeah,
off the Legion. Remember I told you about my Legion one where I got Legion Camp Lehigh and got a rogue and stole
yeah.
the Ronin game on turn 6. That was
The
great.
RNG must be rigged a little, like just to give you.
Yeah.
Let's make this more interesting. Give them a card they'll
Exactly.
actually play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like this Forge change. I guess we'll see, right? Like, it's gonna be fun to see the kind of wild buff combos people have. I mean, they can buff the Lady Deathstrike now, right? Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
This is the
Nimrods you
exact
can
kind of
buff.
changes I love to see. I mean, you took a card out of the depths of one of the worst cards in the game, and it's like an actual real card that you can consider putting in your deck now. It's like awesome, awesome change.
Yeah, like even here they say Deadpool be a nice buff, multiple man, nice buff,
Mhm.
Brood, good buff too.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, we'll see.
Into
It'll be fun.
Absorbing Man on 4. It curves nicely.
Yes.
Forge, Brood, Absorbing Man.
Oh god, that'd be wild.
Into Surfer.
GG into Wong Surfer.
Yeah.
Shanna, 4/4, now a 3/2. So they dropped her to a 3. So they wanted her to be a 4 cost to synergize with Khazar and Zabu. But they wanted to just reduce her because she hasn't really been doing crap. Um, they want what they say. They want to make her more viable turn 6 play to add power to each location. Well, they should have thought of that before they nerfed her by making the hood 1 -3. but but yeah, I mean, this is like okay, sure. I don't think it's gonna change anything. I think mostly when people played Shanna, Zabu was involved anyway, so she was a 3/4 anyway. I don't know. Maybe she'll. I just Killmonger's the thing, so there's that.
I think that they were semi onto something when they buffed her. I mean, she was absolute garbage bin, steaming trash at 4. Was she 4-2
I think she was
before?
a 4/2. Yeah.
4-2. When they buffed her to a 4-4, I think that's the right idea. I would have liked to see him go to 5, like maybe 4-5 or something,
Yeah.
and because at 4-5, she's almost like a 4 cost Doctor Doom at that point. Like it starts to or like equate to that because I think the cards average about 2 power at 1 cost. So if you
Yeah.
have say a 4-5 and it goes 2-2-2, that's 11 power for a 4 cost card, and it gets into Storm Lane and in hard to reach places. It's kind of as a surprise card, exactly how they're saying it. It's kind of interesting, right? But now it's a 3-2. I mean, you can't even contest the lane you're playing Shin on unless you like roll like a god, like you proc the Ebony Maw on that lane or something,
Yeah.
But like if it was at 5 power, like you could actually win that lane and maybe sneak another lane as well.
Or like a 3/3. Like why 3/2 is garbage? Because like
Yeah, I don't.
you're
I just think it's still. I think it's still garbage. You
you're
went to
taking
guard,
up 2 spots in one location. Like you're taking up 2 spots. One of them's
Yeah.
a 3/2 and one of them's a 1 -3. I mean, that's not good.
It's true though. No, it's true. I agree 100%.
And
I
on
think it's
turn
kind
and
of
on turn 6, it's like if you want a turn 6 surprise card like they're saying, It's a 3/2 and a 1/0 when you get the Sunspot with, and then you doesn't do anything, or a 1/1
Yeah,
Nebula doesn't do anything.
yeah,
Let's.
that's what I mean. She needs power to be a surprise card, and yeah, I don't know, man. This ain't it. I mean, it's just tough, man. It's tough. Zoo, again, if Killmonger wasn't in the game, this might be a card, but it just is, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, if Killmonger was in the game, this would be a sick card.
Yeah, like Zoo would be like really scary. Like it was in Hearthstone, right? Like
Yeah,
there was a Warlock Zoo deck,
yeah.
and that was a pretty cool deck.
Because then you're playing like Khazar, Blue Marvel, Onslaught,
Yep,
and like Shanna, and you
yeah,
just win. Everyone gets
yes,
plus 40 power, and it's great. It's better than Patriot.
mhm, yeah,
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't see her um doing anything
no,
out of
yeah.
3-2. I don't think anyone. Sorry. Oh, look at this. Marvel Snap's telling me there's new missions. Turn my phone off. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. I just think this is sure. Why not?
Ramona,
Yeah, Ravona.
I call her Ramona.
All right. She's your Ramona. All right, I get it. Crystal. This is a great. This is an interesting change. I like this a lot. She was
Yeah,
a 4/4. Now she's a 3/3. Each player draws a card. Awesome. I
I
like it.
can I'm trying to find a home for her. I'm trying really hard.
Yeah.
I still think Mr. Negative is the answer. But they really, really nerfed Mr. Negative by changing Hit Monkey to a 3/2. Like that's I can't stress how big of a nerf that is for that deck. That was the best card in the deck, I think, because it was always good, even if you negative it or you don't, and it's like the only card in the deck like that. Getting rid of Hit Monkey and making magic basically negligible, where everybody can just use it now. Where before you were the only one who could abuse that card, and so nobody was countering it. There was no Legion. You know, now I think Crystal 3/3 and Ramona coming out in the future, like that deck's going to be insane. I think. I tried her with some Hazmat, and I tried her with Gambit, Gambit, and Swarm. Uh,
Oh yeah.
just like Miracle, you can very easily draw your whole deck out now, like reliably. You throw like Yellow Jacket. This is what I was doing: Yellow Jacket, Ebony Maw. Okay, this is the Adam Warlock package. Okay,
Yeah.
Chavez to make sure that you get these cards and makes you so yeah you have an 11 card deck. It doesn't matter that you're taking Chavez on 6 because you're going to be drawing all 11 cards in your deck. So you have those 3 cards. Then you have Magic, which is now a 3 cost card, so that's great. And then you have Crystal. And with those 3, you're very easily just drawing your whole deck. So if there's some broken combo, now you can do it like quite reliably. I just couldn't find it. Like I tried it with on reveal Ironheart. I tried it with Hazmat. I tried it with a Miracle Gambit. It all feels like the same problems I had before. These are just bad decks. Like it's so unreliable. It's just, when you get it, yeah, it's great, and it's 1 in 10 times you get it, and it sucks.
Yeah.
So
The Phoenix
but
Force effect.
it's the Phoenix Force, but you get it off every time. But then there's all kinds of counters too. Like everybody's playing like Shang Chi and just everything that counters you, like Luke Cage, all this stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think so. I think the actual the problem isn't with Crystal. It's with what do you get off of Crystal, and like the good cards decks, all the cards are good, so you don't need a card draw. So like there has to be like a broken combo that she enables, and when that combo comes, this card is going to be insane.
Well, I think one easier to play in Ronin and Devil Dino decks, right?
Yes.
Not that they're good,
Yeah.
but easier to play in that. Now
Hmm.
you can Absorbing Man. You can do this on 3, Absorbing Man on 4, and
Hmm.
then your Ronin's huge.
Hmm.
Your Devil Dino's huge, and you're drawing through your deck. I mean, you can do that kind of stuff.
Yep. Yeah. Ronin Dino for sure. That's the Alex Coach special
Yes,
there.
but you can
Yeah.
even like Absorbing
For
Man
sure.
Crystal too, right?
Yeah.
And if they're drawing decks, they're drawing cards too.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Maybe you Master Mold on 2, and then you just you screw them. They can't draw.
Yeah, I like what you're thinking. When I see a card like this, I think, how can I completely break the game? But you're losing it like, hey, how can I actually like make it good in an actual good deck? So what you're saying probably makes more sense than what I'm saying. But,
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a good
yeah,
deck, but I mean, it's
yeah.
just something to try and something that maybe won't be as bad, but like
Mhm.
I don't know, her coming down a mana, I think is pretty good.
Oh, it's a huge
Yeah,
buff for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I was say I haven't seen any crystal, but like it
Mhm.
just came out today.
Yeah, I tried it. I tried it.
Nice.
You didn't see me out there in the
Yes.
streets.
I mean, if she, yeah, is this different in negative? Probably not, right? It's the same as a 4/4 in negative.
That's the problem. That's why I didn't even attempt it in negative because
Yeah,
you're playing negative on 3 every time. So
yeah, yeah. You want negative
who
on
cares?
3. Trying to think, what would this be good? Like, I guess if you're doing like Gila, right? Like, it's just still good to try and get the combo.
Uh, yeah,
No, I
yeah,
don't know. I don't
maybe.
know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that deck's good. I'm saying maybe it helps it be consistent. I don't know.
No, I don't know how much she fits in Hella because you don't
Silver
want to.
Surfer, Silver Surfer.
For sure in Surfer. I think that's probably the best one. Honestly, I think
Draw
you
your
nailed it.
Surfer. Draw your
Yeah.
Nakia. Draw your Gambit.
Mhm.
Play Silver Surfer like a man with hipster cards.
Mhm. No,
Nakia
100%.
Gambit.
Surfer's a really good call. Even just yeah, if you're playing it with like you said with manly cards, like maybe you're playing Sarah Surfer now, and it's a really good way to reliably get your Sarah on 5.
Yep. You have your Spider Man in there too now.
Yeah.
You're rolling.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah,
Ah, we'll
makes a ton of sense in Surfer. That's a good call.
yeah, we'll see. Actually, yeah, maybe we'll
Mhm.
see. The 3/3 is not bad because then it gets buffed up to a 3/5 with Surfer.
Yeah.
All right, those are all the changes. Took us about 4 hours to go through them all, but hey, we're back.
There's so
We're back.
many.
We're back, baby. We're back.
Mhm.
Let's let's talk a little bit about the new season pass card. New season, big in
Oh yeah.
Japan.
Mhm.
We have our boy Daken or Daken. I call him
Mhm.
Daken. There's this whole thing about people getting mad about his name, and I don't know if they realize that he's just a made up character. He's a cartoon,
That's the
and
thing. It's like
he's not gonna
I
get offended.
understand it.
Like,
If there's something that's like it's like a historical figure and his name is
yeah,
like say he's like Spanish or something, right? And
yeah,
you have to pronounce it like the Spanish way. Okay, I understand. You
yeah,
might be insulting a
exactly.
whole Spanish group of people, right?
Yeah,
And I understand they, like have some respect for them and at least attempt to pronounce it properly.
yeah,
But for this made up character, like who gives a shit? I want to call Ravona Ramona. I want to
exactly.
call Jane Foster Jane Fonda.
Yeah,
Banks wants to call Magneto Magento. It's
yeah,
like it's okay. We're having fun. We're playing a game. These are made up characters.
exactly. Uh, could have said it better myself. What do you think
Yeah.
about this guy, man? 3/4. So he's a 3/4. On reveal, add the Muramasa shard to your hand. Muramasa shard is a 1/1. When it's discarded or destroyed, double Dakin's power.
I like it a lot. I played him a lot today. He doesn't feel too crazy.
No.
Feels like just a solid destroy option to
Yep.
me. Like you're not mad drawing him, but when you do play him, you now have another power. So it's not really a 3, right? You need a 3. Then you need another 1, and then you need to play something else to destroy that one, which in this deck is extremely easy to do, like a deck you're playing with. So I think he's a pure destroy card. I don't think he's like a hybrid card or anything. You have to reliably kill the shard, or later on in the season, you might be able to discard the card with the samurai.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
I'll counter that a bit as I've seen him in a
Mhm.
lot of discard lists, and he's pretty
Mhm.
good in them. He's like a 3/8 reliably because
Yeah,
you
like
Modoc
Modoc
on.
though, right?
Yeah,
Has
yeah,
to be
Modoc.
Modoc.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Because you just play him as you could play him in your Morbius lane or your Dracula lane.
Mhm.
You're probably not playing him in the Dracula lane, but like he's just a 3/8 all the time,
Yeah, that sounds good for sure.
which
If
is
you can
great.
reliably get rid of the shard, then that sounds really good to me for sure. So
Yeah.
I will capitulate on the only destroy. I didn't mean it like that, but yeah,
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like, yeah, in discard only like because like if you're not Modocking in discard, then like you're not, you're probably not winning anyway. So
Hey, don't be hating on my girl, hella, all right?
Oh, you're not gonna play him in Hella, are you? You're gonna revive the Muramasa shard as a 1/1?
I'm just saying, when people say that, if you're not playing Modog, it's like, hey man, if it's a Sandman meta, like, Hella's better. All right, that's what I think.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that if you're not getting your Modok off and if you're playing a Modok discard list and you're not
Yeah.
playing your Modok on 5, you're probably not
Mhm.
winning that game.
True. Yeah.
That's
So it
that's
doesn't
my
matter if he's a
that's
three
my
four
point.
three eight. You lose either way if you don't have
Yeah,
your
so
Modog.
you
Yeah.
might as well put him in the deck because when he does, he's more of a high roll. You're getting the
Yeah.
3/8.
For sure.
But yeah, in Destroy, I think he's good too. Like this is obviously good Carnage fodder, good for Venom as well. Any Killmonger deck, if you have Killmonger in your deck, like let's talk about Silver Surfer again. You have the Killmonger Nova package. You put Daken in there. He's a 3/8 reliably with Killmonger and Silver Surfer. You can make him Um, like a 3/5/10, and then 2 with Silver Surfer, or what?
It's like a 24.
Let's see if you have the Muramasa, Nova, and Silver Surfer, you will get this. If you get what is it better to do first? Killmonger, Nova to make him a 5, then it kills the
Hmm.
Muramasa shard, which makes him a 10, then Silver Surfer 12.
Hmm.
Or do you Surfer him first, which makes him a 6, then Killmonger makes him a 7. Oh, so it's 3/14. That's better.
Yeah.
But then the Killmonger doesn't get the Surfer buff. So
Yeah.
choose your destiny. Sorry, I just went through a
Depends
bunch of
depends
math.
what lane you need. Depends what lane you need the power in.
Yeah,
If you need
exactly.
to win your Killmonger lane, then yeah.
Yeah, sorry, quick maths there. Quick maths.
Yeah.
Just talking
No,
about.
but and with Forge it gets crazy too. Like Forge in this card
Oh
is
yeah,
really, really
now if
good.
he's got Forge.
Yeah. Like even if it's not in the Surfer deck, like you're just playing Forge, and like just a buff deck, like a Deadpool deck or something. Like it's
Yeah.
really, really nice.
Oh,
Forge on like it curves perfectly. Forge 2, Daken 3, right? So
oh yeah.
he's just
People,
3/7, and then he's just sitting there. And you know he's gonna be a 14. So
yeah, people have been doing
that,
ridiculous things with him. Even absorbing man.
mhm.
I've seen Arnim Zolas to get a bunch of Miramasa shards and then like Modoc or something on
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
7. Like
Mhm.
just wild stuff. Um, but I think it's a good example of a nice season pass card.
For sure.
Not
Yeah.
overpowered, not a piece
Mhm.
of garbage.
Mhm.
Can fit in a lot of decks, I think. I
Mhm.
think will only get better as more cards are added to the game. And you're never mad about a 3/8 that lies under Shang-Chi range.
Yeah, I'm kind of in wait and see mode. Speaking of when more cards come in the game, because I think X-23 and the Silver Samurai both have the potential to bust this card wide open.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing the Shard and the X-23 and then killing them both, like I don't know, that just feels really powerful to me. Like wherever your X-23 is, you get another power. Like, and you're playing these like destroy decks. Now, can you play like null? Because because you just ramped up one power. So you play you kill the X-23 on 4, then you play null on 5 and Zola on 6. Like, you might be able to do this like pretty reliably now. Like it might be ridiculous. So uh, like stuff like this, like these are you do some crazy combos with the
Yeah.
destroy deck and X-23, and then when the samurai comes out, I mean, everybody just doesn't have a hand anymore. This guy just keeps doubling up. So.
I'm excited for the season. It seems pretty good. Except
Yeah, the
for
next 2 cards are gonna matter a lot, I think.
Lady Deathstrike. So let's talk about her a little bit. I mean, I didn't get her. Did you roll for her or anything like that? Here's my spotlight cache is full. I'm not
Let, let
rolling
me say
this,
one thing about
this
this Lady Deathstrike card.
garbage.
Now that we're on that Lady Deathstrike, okay,
So I can click her.
Carnage costs 2.
Yeah,
Okay, he's
yeah,
2 cost. Okay, she costs 5. All right, like unless you're wiping out your opponent's board, like this card's awful. This is a horrible card in my opinion.
yeah. I think it's pretty bad right now. I think they buff Forge on purpose because they no one's buying this card. I mean, like, what on turn 5 has 2 power, 1 or 2 power? Like, what are you killing? You're killing Iron Man, great. You're killing Dracula, great. How often are you doing that?
couple of Thanos stones. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah, but who cares? I kill my own
yeah,
Thanos. I play so much Thanos. I love killing my own stones.
yeah. You normally want them to die anyway. Yeah.
Like most of them, because then I activate my
And
death.
like
You know,
Power
like
Stone, the Power Stone is the one you don't want to die, and it doesn't even hit Power Stone.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I don't.
yeah. Man, I don't know what they were thinking with. I don't know. I don't like this card. I think it's a bad card. I don't want to be mean or I'm not trying to I'm not trying to hate. I'm not trying to be a hater. It's just
Well, I know what you mean. I don't want to be a hater too, but it seems
yeah.
like I mean I don't have the card, so I can't like give a really informed opinion. And it's only been out for a few days, but like it seems like garbage, and the community seems to think it's kind of garbage too so far. But maybe it'll get buffed. But maybe they're just trying to be a little conservative because they didn't want to have this card that's just destroying everyone. You know, raping everyone out here. Hide your kids, hide your wife. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the danger. Yeah.
yeah.
They gonna find you. But yeah, that's the danger with a card like this, right? Even a one power buff, like now Shuri, it's an 8. Now Nakia Shuri, that's a 5/10 now. And
Yeah.
that's your whole lane dead, and there's 10 power in the lane. So is
Yeah.
that broken? I mean, I don't know. Is that much different
No.
than a Red Skull? Like I don't know, man. Like
I don't think that's broken because one, you're killing all your own
no,
cards. Then you have a
yeah,
5/10 in the lane, which is like
yeah,
your opponent could just put an Orca in that lane and win it on
yeah.
turn on turn 6.
Exactly. It's like you
And
said. Like why not just play Shuri Red
and
Skull
like
or
you
Shuri
yeah, like
Nimrod?
you
But
wasted 9 mana to get a 5/10.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. 11 mana because you're playing Forge, Shuri, or whatever it is. If you're playing Shuri and her, you're wasting 9 mana to get a 5. If she was a 5/4, then you're wasting 9 mana to get a 5/8
Mhm.
for what? Right?
Yeah,
Like, it's just
yeah.
bad.
It's like okay, so you're using her to kill your own cards, but like Carnage is 2, you know, and like Deathlock's 3, and Venom's 3, and Killmonger's 3. So I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what can you do? This ain't it. This ain't it, Chief.
No, and
But
like
look, other 3 cards are fire this season. So
yeah.
like
So the one thing I
Daken,
was
the X-23, and Samurai like all seem pretty crazy. So it's
yeah,
okay. They
the
got one
one
bad.
thing I was really disappointed with this card is that it came out as a series 5. Like
Mhm.
who the hell in the right mind is paying 6,000 tokens for this? Other
I'm
than
actually
other
happy. I'm happy because now that means another actual useful card is going to be 3K that I can pay 3K for. So,
well no, all of them this year are all of them this season are series 5.
son of a b.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
So this one, if this one was
Hey, what?
3K, I probably would have bought this at 3K just to screw around with it in destroy lists.
No chance. No chance. I'm spending any tokens on this card.
I would have at 3K. I would have screwed around. I'm definitely not wasting spotlight caches on this. 100% not. And 6K, hell no. Like this is just a hard. Unless they adjust this card. Like, do you think that a 4/3 in this card is broken?
No.
I don't even think so. Even with Zabu, like then it's gonna be a 3/3, and like so then maybe you can kill like
Cord?
yeah. I guess you could on turn if it's a 3 if it's like a 4/3 and then you Zabu it, you can forge Lady Deathstrike on turn 5 and you get a three
um,
six. That could be kind of wild.
yeah.
But then like
Yeah.
that's like a specific combo that's good, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It might be a problem with the design of the card
Who
itself.
knows?
Like,
And maybe
yeah.
even just like a 5/4 is good. Maybe just
Yeah,
keeping it 5
I would like them to try that first. Just bump it up to 4. Let's see what happens.
because it's destroy each card here with less power than this. You know,
Mhm.
either make it destroy each card here with the same amount or less power, like make it kill like 3 cost cards. But I think a 5/4 is good in keeping it on reveal. That way it kills anything 3 or lower.
I think bump it up to 4 because it
Yeah,
rewards
yeah,
like
yeah,
combos too. Like if you can get the combo off, then and you double it up or whatever,
yeah,
or forge whatever,
yeah. And
forge and then double up. Yeah,
you're still using 5 mana, which is a lot of
yeah, so
investment.
much. That's the problem with the card. It just costs 5. Is 5 is like a ton.
Yeah, not a lot of payoff.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, even in like let's say even like this might be a hot take or a bad example, but like even if you kill a Dracula, Like, okay, you spend 5 mana to have 3 power in a lane.
Yeah, still got 3 power.
Like, I get the
they could put a,
Dracula. Like, I get the
they could put a
Dracula is
swarm.
important.
They put a swarm there and they tie you like it costs
Yeah,
0.
exactly. Like, you got rid
You
of their
just throw a
Dracula,
swarm
but
in
like,
there.
yeah, like they put a 0 power swarm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a sad card, man. I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, look, Snowguard was shit. It is what it is. You know, you get these bad cards. They come out sometimes.
yeah,
It's
and
okay.
maybe I mean, I guess you can destroy the Muramasa shard. That's what they were thinking. I don't know, but
Yeah, I think that's definitely. They're thinking X-23 and the Shard. You kill both of them, right?
yeah,
So
still
that's
not.
definitely what they were thinking for sure. But
Yeah.
why don't I just put Carnage and it does the same thing for 3 less?
What do you think of this spotlight? In the current meta, this set of spotlight cards: Deathstrike, Modoc, Stature.
I think this isn't a void. This has got to be
Yeah,
just
I
don't
think.
do it, man. You know,
Yeah,
I don't think I don't think this is it. I mean, in Modoc's cool for some Mimi Daken stuff for sure.
yeah,
The actual discard list doesn't seem like crazy, anymore. It's still the same as it was before, and I don't know. It doesn't seem that great to me.
yeah.
Um, but
If you love discard,
mhm.
then roll for Modoc. Then if that's what you love, and that's gonna make you happy.
Yeah, is he Series 5 still? I mean, yeah, he probably is.
I don't know.
Everything's a big bad now, so I don't know.
I think stature dropped before when they're actual
Yeah,
board
Statue's
drops.
3K for sure. Yeah.
So like, yeah, I wouldn't roll for stature. I would just spend 3K to get stature if you wanted
Mhm.
stature. But yeah, I would. This is for me. This is an avoid week
Well, like you
for
say, in
me.
the current meta, I mean, even Black Bolt Stature is not too much of a deck right now. I mean, people are doing miles for value, but no
Yeah,
one's really using the Stature Black Bolt part of it. I mean, maybe when Samurai comes out, uh, Stature will come back, but then it's like you said, just spend the 3K, get Stature, and play your Samurai deck, and
yeah.
and
Don't waste
roll
your
for Samurai.
caches on.
Roll for the Samurai.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the card you want.
I think so. Yeah, I don't. This is a week that I would not waste your resources on when there's a lot better resources coming up in the next 5 weeks.
Yeah, I
Six
was just gonna
weeks.
say it's not even the next two; it's the next like 6 are all
Yeah,
ridiculous.
like
So
just
yeah,
don't waste anything on this. Just
yeah.
unless you love discard,
Mhm.
you absolutely need Modoc for discard.
Mhm.
If he's series 4, get him with 3K. Don't waste your spotlight caches. If he's series 5, then roll for him. I would say, and then
Yeah,
stop when you get him.
I would say, look, man, if you love discard, just don't ever spend 6K on Moda.
Hmm.
I would say just play hell up till he drops to 3K eventually, then spend the 3K on Moda.
Yeah. You have the spotlights pulled up. What's next week? It's X-23, Nebula, and
Yeah,
Silk.
the cards are insane. Yeah. X-23 Nebula Silk. Yeah.
Yeah. So Silk is now making a resurgence in the meta, which we kind of already talked about.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure we've always said on here that Silk is a good card. I think we said she's
Yeah.
not the best, but we always thought that some people doubted her. I always thought she was a really good card. At two
Yeah,
five, you can't deny.
we were trying to make it work. Like I bought her for 6K like
Yeah,
right
you bought
away.
her for 6K.
Yeah. But I was trying to make her work. I thought like, okay, she's solid. Like I didn't know if she was like broken. I still don't, to be honest. Even in this awesome deck, like she's good, but she doesn't seem like seems like Spider Man's like the one that's going crazy in that deck.
She's great. No, dude, she enables Craven. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know, but she did when I first bought her, I was playing her with Craven
Oh, I
too.
see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But she's wild in this deck.
yeah.
Dude, she's sick. So next week is way better than this week. I mean, X-23 was a 1/2. If this gets discarded or destroyed, regenerate at a random location and +1 power next turn. I think.
Hmm.
I don't know if you have
Yeah,
it pulled up. I'm just trying to do that by memory.
yeah.
Um,
It only says X-23 and it doesn't say what she does.
that seems like a wild card. I'm
Mhm.
gonna say that I think it's starting to be a little bit overhyped. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a really really good card. I don't think it's gonna be as broken as people think because
Okay, let's get the exact text of the card because it's important. Does it go back on the board? Okay. When this is discarded or destroyed,
yeah
regenerate it at a random location,
Yeah,
and
it's
you
like
get +1 energy next turn.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
it's
this
like
might be the
Wolverine.
best card in the game.
Yeah, I know. I don't think so because you're gonna want to play it in destroy. I guess you could play it in discard with Colleen Wing. You can make hybrid decks if you want. Colleen's a 2/4, so it's always
Samurai,
good
Samurai
stats.
is lowest as well.
Lowest power, not lowest cost.
Yeah, she's one. She's one power.
She's 1/2, isn't she?
Yeah,
X23, 2 power. Yeah, so it's
yeah,
still
two
low. Yeah,
power.
yeah, it's still low. So Samurai could do it. Um,
Yeah.
but like it's not like as easy as you think to keep destroying all your cards. There's only 3 destroy cards minus Lady Deathstrike.
Lady Deathstrike.
Yeah, I mean you're not gonna fucking play Lady Deathstrike to get your X23. If you do, you deserve to lose.
I think that's the whole point, though. Like, no cap. You know, I think that was the design. They were thinking, oh, we'll play Lady Deathstrike to enable the X23. You know.
That would be such a bad thing.
Mhm.
That'd be so bad. I would not waste 5 mana in a destroy deck to get 7 mana
Yeah,
on turn 6.
yeah.
But so again, you have 3 destroy cards. You have Carnage, you have Venom, and you have Deathlock.
Wait
Um,
a second. Wait a second. 7 power on turn 6. What if you play Deadpool Arnim Zola?
I guess you could, yeah.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. You have to have an empty lane.
Could be a double 16 or a double 32. You know.
Yeah, but at that point, just play friggin' Carnage or Venom or Deathlock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
They're
you can do that.
they'll
But no, but
all.
Deadpool goes back to your hand. That's the problem,
No,
right?
I'm saying on the X23, not the Lady Deathstrike.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
They'll
yeah.
all give you more than 3 power, and you'll have more energy to
You know what's
play.
a better card than Lady Deathstrike? Absorbing Man. Just play that card. You know,
Yeah.
just play it
Um.
after you eat your Bucky or whatever. You know, just Absorbing Man.
Yeah. So my point being is that you're not going to destroy this card all the time. You're going to get like
Mm.
maybe 1 or 2 extra energy in the game. Rarely you're going to get 3. Um, and it's going to be good, but it's not going to break the game. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it'll go as far as destroy decks can go. That's the main thing I could see holding it back. Same thing. I'm kind of realizing today. I'm trying to make this Nimrod stuff work. Um, you know, destroy hasn't been like top of the meta since the death wave
Yeah.
stuff was happening. So yeah, I don't know. To me, I think it'll be top tier, and it'll destroy will just be top tier. I think
Well,
it's a prediction. I could be wrong,
well,
but
how? How? Well, how is it going to be better? That's why I just don't know. I just don't see how it's going to be so much better. I do.
yeah, I
Think
haven't really given it
I
any thought
like.
other
I
than
think
I
it'll
believe
be
the best for
better.
card.
Yeah, like I think it'll be better, but I don't think it's gonna make it like game breaking. Like, sure, you can do the null, and the Zola. Yes, you can do that. That'll be good. Um, but you have to make sure it doesn't regenerate on a lane that's gonna screw you over for the combo. So you have to have 2 lanes open. If you want to do Nimrod shenanigans, I'm trying to think of how you can do Nimrod shenanigans. There's probably stuff I'm not thinking of because I'm an idiot, but like
You could get Nimrod out a turn early, pretty easy with this. Now that I think about it,
but then you
right?
have a 5/6 Nimrod, but like then okay, so you get a bunch of 5/6 Nimrods. That's not great. Again, Orca will beat that.
Yeah, you
y-
need Nova. You need Nova for sure for
like
that
if a
combo.
5/6 Nimrod was good all the time, then people would never be sharing Nimrods, and people would just be destroying all their Nimrods and having a bunch of Kirby's all over the screen. It's
My
not
first
that great.
my first thought, like I'm gonna build a deck. I might just spend 6K on her honestly because I don't know if I want to use all 4 of my things with all the stuff that's coming in September.
Yeah.
And I already have the 2 cards. So my first thought was to make just like a normal destroy deck, not with Nimrod, just destroy. You know.
I want to do that too, yeah.
Mhm.
I think yeah, that's what I want to try. And getting out the null earlier would be good.
Yeah, you
And
could go
I don't know
higher
if
curve.
you
Like it would definitely you could have Null, Zola, Death.
yeah.
I think she would just help a lot with turn 3 you could play like Bucky Carnage, like stuff like this. You know, like you play the hood in the deck like this, maybe
How
because you just
How
always
are you
have the.
playing Bucky Carnage on turn 3? You're not.
Well, you played. Okay, yeah, you're right because you can't destroy
That's
your
what I'm saying.
X. Yeah,
It
yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Destroy is a
So
little
yeah.
bit more finicky. Like it's not
Mhm,
like, and you have to
mhm,
have that card. Like sometimes you just have Deathlock, and then like so
mhm.
you can't. So I'm thinking like maybe you just throw just randomly. You have Daken in that deck, and you have Colleen Wing as well. Because a 2/4 is 6 stats. And then you
Mhm.
can either get rid of the X-23 to get a mana, or you can get rid of the Muramasa shard.
Yeah, and then that would be I'd put Wolverine because he's also 2 power,
Yeah,
and so Colleen at least you have an option with Colleen. You could Colleen Wolverine.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like a
that's what I'm
hybrid, but
thinking.
only with Colleen, because 2/4 is a good stat, and it will
Mhm,
enable some of your stuff.
mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. I think, like I said, I think I'm not trying to shit on this card. I think it's gonna be one of the best cards, if not the best. I think this or Silver Samurai are going to be unreal, but I don't think it's going to be this amazing thing for Destroy that's going to take Destroy to S tier and it's going to be an unbeatable deck and stuff. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, to your point, it's like, yeah, you still have to play the destroyed deck, right? Even if the
Yeah,
text is broken. Like I read like Ghost Spider, and I think the text is broken, but I still have to play a move deck.
yeah,
That's the problem. Where like the Silver Samurai, we know that the Black Bolt Stature deck is ridiculous and
yeah,
can be ridiculous. And if I'm playing this like Black Bolt Stature deck, but I also am just eliminating your entire hand, like God, like that could just be completely obnoxious
yeah,
and not even like playable. Like you just lose. It could be
yeah,
like the Shuri meta, right? Where like you just lose. Like it just it's got Shuri Red Skull. That's GG. I guess I'll just
yeah,
die.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I think so for next week. I think I'll be rolling Spotlight caches because I would love to get X-23. I think that's going to be an awesome card,
Mhm.
and that Silk variant is a pretty sick consolation prize.
Mhm.
The Nebula Chibi will make me sad, and that's it. But yeah, so let's talk about Silver Samurai, which honestly, the more I think about this card, the more excited I get.
Oh, this card is nuts. This
Do you
card is
have him?
absolutely nuts.
Do you want to read it out? I don't have it pulled up.
Oh, okay. I gotta Google it because I had X-23 here.
I think
Uh,
he's a 4 or 5, and he discard the lowest power card from your hand and your opponent's hand.
on reveal, each player discards the lowest power card from their hand. He's a 4/5.
Yeah,
Pretty cool artwork too.
yeah. So Darkhawk decks, good night, Darkhawk. Uh, so he just destroys Darkhawk, discards Darkhawk all the time.
Iron Man.
Yeah, he discards Iron Man. He discard. Here, let's go through right now. Let me sort by power here. Who is he? Oh, he's gonna kill all the goblins. So Galactus decks. Goodbye Hobgoblin. Goodbye Hood. Goodbye Mister Negative.
Yeah,
Uh,
this might throw a wrench in my Ramona plans.
we'll see. Oh yeah, goodbye Negative. Goodbye Sunspot. If he's in your hand, I mean, Adam Warlock. If he's in your hand, then you're probably happy he gets discarded.
Well, negative you're okay because you're going to be playing the negative before Samurai can go off, so
Well,
you're
I mean,
always going to be playing
if your negative's on 4 and they have Zabu out, then they're playing Samurai on 3.
it. Yeah,
That's what you're gonna want.
but that's the kind of like the just retreat meme with the negative. Like if you're not getting Zabu or Psylocke into
Yeah,
negative, like you're probably retreating anyway,
yeah. Your
so it's fine.
Cerebro,
Like negative on 4 is not a win condition in that deck.
yeah. Your Cerebro's getting owned. Your Angelas are getting owned. Mystique, Iron Man, Dracula, Darkhawk's the main one. This is the big one where it's like
Yeah,
he's taking out your Darkhawk. He's discarding your Darkhawk. Like,
I wonder how that works. You know how Null like has power, right?
yeah. I
Like
think
the
Null
power of
won't.
Null goes up as stuff destroys.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll make that change for Darkhawk? Like, do you think
No.
people will start getting tilted and they'll
No.
make that change?
No. He was one of the best cards in the game. I think this is needed.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah,
I mean,
but
I
you
don't think
think,
they'll make that. I think people will get tilted. I don't think they're gonna make that change. And I love
yeah,
Darkhawk. I mean, but
yeah,
I
they
think it's
shouldn't
just
buff him. Right?
there's just another counter for him.
Yeah.
And I think Null is gonna he keeps his power. I don't think Null's gonna be destroyed unless he's the lowest power in your hand.
Yeah, which he easily could be for sure.
Yeah,
But
so he could get owned. Kang, any Kang enjoyers will you know, feel the wrath
I
of the
feel like
Silver
I feel like
Samurai.
you're happy if your can gets hit,
Yeah.
honestly.
Taskmasters get owned and Arnim Zolas get owned.
Oh, yeah, Task and Zola is pretty rough.
Yeah, really rough. Null, if you have nothing destroyed yet, it'll get owned. But I think if your null gets destroyed early, like I don't think you're that sad about it. Like really.
Overall, the destroy deck might like playing into this card because you might have like a Wolverine
Yep.
or a X-23 or something in your hand that you don't mind if it gets destroyed anyway, or
Yep.
like a Deadpool too. You know, your Deadpool might get hit, right? So
Yep.
all three of those are great.
Look at these. Patriot takes out Patriot, takes out Jubilees.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's those are all the 1 and 0 cost ones that it'll likely hit, and then there'll be random stuff that it hits, but yeah. So it just and you're gonna have your deck that's tuned for it. So you're
Mm.
probably gonna want it to take out like I don't know, yeah, like a Wolverine or something like that.
Yeah, or Swarm, yeah, Swarm or something.
Swarm, Murmasa Shard, whatever it is, what it is. The Swarm has
Yeah.
3 powers. Then you gotta have a lot of stuff with more than 3 power, right?
Well, I think you'll have those three that you just mentioned, right? And
Yeah.
that's enough of an early game where you're fine. And like other stuff, you could just play before your samurai.
Yeah, like you're gonna have Zabu in that deck most likely.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think Silver Samurai is gonna be sick. So then he does that, and then that'll enable Stature. So Stature will be a 1/6 the rest of the game at that point.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't know, man. Black Bolt, you get rid of their hand. Do Black Bolt, Stature, him, Moon Knight. Just get rid of everyone's hand.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Like, does this rabbit hole go deeper? Because there's some crazy stuff. Like I've already seen some stuff, but not nobody plays it. But you could do Yondu, right? And then you could do Cable, who just got buffed, by the way. We talked about him at the beginning of the show.
Oh yeah,
So you get this Yondu, Cable, like, Mantis, like your opponent can run out of cards like pretty quick.
does
There's only 12 cards, like you could just get rid of all of
the Silver
them.
Samurai just enable like
Yeah,
a
like
mill list?
honestly, like it's a real thing. Like if you get a long out, like,
Crystal.
yeah, oh my god, Crystal's perfect in this kind of
It's
deck.
just a
Yeah.
3, and then you could you could Absorbing Man as well.
You go Crystal, Wong, and then just all of the cards. Cable, Yondu, like they don't have a deck anymore. And then so you take out their deck, and then you take out their hand, and it's like, wow, I don't know. And it might be like way too crazy, and then maybe it just doesn't work. But I've already seen people kind of try to do it with Yondu. It's pretty scary. Like I don't know if you ever have Yondu like get bounced or something, and he hits you 2 or 3 times. It doesn't feel very good.
Yeah, and Camartage, I hate it.
Yeah, so imagine that, but like way worse.
Yeah, that could be a fun once you get
That,
to
but like a whole deck based around it.
yeah, once you get to infinite, just start destroying.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think Silver Samurai is gonna be sick.
Mhm.
I think he's gonna be sick. There's so many
Yeah, it's gonna
cards in
be
the meta that
exciting.
he just he'll just take out.
Mhm.
Once you start destroying their cards in their hand, and plus you get information as well, right?
Mhm.
So like a lot of times you're gonna get information. So yeah, I don't know. I think he's gonna be a really good card. Him and X-23 are definitely gonna be the best. Definitely the best ones as far as I'm concerned. I don't know
Mhm.
which one's gonna be the best, but what was in Silver Samurai's week spotlight week?
2099 for sure, and
Yeah.
then the other one was like something actually good. Let me see. Upcoming spotlight caches. Sorry, I had X-23 and Samurai pulled up, so now I gotta re-pull this up. Kitty Pride.
Oh yeah. I guess if you don't
That's a
have
little
Kitty
weird because
Pride.
everybody has Kitty Pride.
Yeah, I mean new players now don't, but
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's how it worked.
yeah, everyone that was a player got it for free at that one time, but you don't just get Kitty Pride for free when you install the game.
This is tricky, man. I don't know how much longer I can play Marvel Snap because, like, I have 10K tokens right now, and I have four spotlight caches. So, like, I think I'll roll for X-23 and then buy Samurai because obviously it's Kitty Pride in 2099, and the Nebula Silk, obviously, you want variants for both of those anyway, right? So,
Well, you could wait on one of them, um, and just so you know, Ravona is 3K, and there's two Series 4s next month.
oh, okay, huge. I didn't know she was 3K.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
never
3K, I
mind.
think, and Mobius is 3K.
Okay, so I could play this game for at least another month and a half, so I'm okay with that. All right, I
Yeah,
got enough. Because
before
you
you
just
have
don't get tokens from these
before you have
catches
to
anymore.
whale.
Like, it's brutal. Like, I feel like I'm
No.
just gonna run out of money pretty soon.
Yeah, yeah, you just gotta roll the spotlights efficiently, I
Mhm.
guess. Yeah, it's like you can't have every card, right? That's just the point.
Yeah, I felt like it was pretty close though before when we were getting a lot of tokens all the time, and you know, uh, it's pretty close to staying mostly topped up. It's like, oh, okay, I'll skip Snow Guard, but if I skip Snow Guard, I could have like pretty much every other card.
Yeah, that's why I
And
did
they
this
were
because
always dropping, so you could just wait for it to drop and then just get it at 3K. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know. It's tough now. It's tough out there.
stuff out
It's
there.
tough economy. It's tough economy, kid.
I mean, yeah, for I don't know. I guess. I mean, we're Series 3 complete, so like I don't know. We can't complain too much.
Oh yeah, no, I'm chilling, but yeah.
But yeah, we can't have every new card without paying. But
It's one of those where it's like if I can't play with the new cards, it's like it might not be too much motivation to play at all.
oh, I know what you mean. You want to play? You want to because the new ones seem so good. They seem so fun.
Yes, the September ones are crazy. Like
Eliath or whatever, Alioth, however the hell you want to say
yeah,
it.
kill it. That's the Lady Deathstrike. That's the Lady Deathstrike wishes she was.
Oh, they nerfed him by the way. He's a 6 now. He's a 6/5, not a 5/5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was so too way too broken.
Yeah, it was a 5. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
kill everything.
even now, like you just play Wave on 4, Galactus on 5, and him on 6, and you win auto win. He's the new Spider Man. Because anything they play, whether they're face up or face down, you win.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. Lady Deathstrike is the crap week, but they should have made her 3K tokens. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
You want to get into the stonks?
Let's get into some stonks, baby.
Yeah.
Stonks, stonks, stonks. I
We'll
think
do
I
it.
think stonks an obvious one is armor. I think we said
Yeah.
that for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, I think you said it last one, and I think
I'm
I said it
gonna
before too. Yeah, we've been
I'm
saying
gonna
armor for a
I'm gonna
while.
sound like I did before High Evo saying Luke Cage every week.
Mhm.
But I mean I think armor, and I've seen a lot more armor recently than I have in like past months.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah, she's
because
everywhere.
everything's destroy now, so it's like it just makes sense. Haven't
Hmm.
seen as much Cosmo as I thought I would. I thought we'd see a little more Cosmo, but
Hmm.
I think stonks armor for sure. What do you think? Is that what you're thinking?
I thought of a not stonks, and I haven't thought of a stonks in my head. Let me say my not stonks now, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'll remember my stonks.
Go
I
for it.
think Kitty Pride Man is a not stonks. Obviously, I agree with you on armor, 100%. I mean, we have talked about it before too. It's just and not just that it's destroy meta, but like Nebula Sunspot just seems to be like just the sauce right now. So
Yeah.
armor is really great for that too.
Yeah.
But I think Kitty Pride. Have you tried playing with her since they changed her?
Honestly, in this new deck that like Lambie's popularized with Angela and stuff, she's pretty good. She's pretty
I've played it in that deck. I think she feels bad in it. I don't know,
bad.
man. If she's not like beasted, I think she kind of sucks. And even if she does get beasted, it's like it's only +1. The actual like you have to be procking your Angela and stuff. Like
Well,
I don't know.
one
I don't feel like she's that good
I think
anymore.
she's good. Like one, not only is she procking the Angela, but two, she also procs the Silk to move around and
Mhm.
get make the Craven bigger. She
Yeah,
does those.
I mean, you could bounce yourself around a lot, but I feel like you could always proc yourself. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to do. Like but you would replace her with another card that would proc her, but obviously only once. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling Kitty. I just doesn't feel great to play. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe it's a me problem. Maybe I just miss the good old days where she was the best card in the game. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. It just feels a lot worse than before, right? But I don't think she's a horrible card, but yeah, she's definitely fallen off a cliff.
On those kind of decks, I've just been trying lines where like, hey, what if I just like don't play my Kitty Pride, because it used to just be auto play it on turn one always, and it was like the best turn one play you could
Yeah,
possibly do.
yeah,
Now it's like, what if I just don't play Kitty Pride, and
yeah.
like maybe I'll play it one or two times later on, but yeah, I don't know. And if you don't play it early, I mean, is it even worth in your turn six? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
But
sure.
not stonks.
It's probably, I could see her going down. There's gonna be a lot
Mhm.
more destroy, a lot more Killmonger and stuff. So I mean, she
Mhm.
dodges Killmonger most of the time, but yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't think she's blasting up in the meta anytime soon, honestly. So I think it's a decent pick. My
Yeah, I
not
think those
stonks
decks.
is. Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Like, well, the deck that you showed me with Safety Blade like doesn't use her,
No.
and I think decks will move more towards a shell like that. Um,
Yeah.
like just other one cost X-23, kind of power creeps are a bit too, and I don't know, maybe she does, maybe she doesn't, because it's only a destroy card, but like it just feels better not playing her, like playing something like this where it doesn't use her, like rather than playing her. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Maybe it's a hot take. We'll see.
No, we'll see. That's not a bad take, honestly.
From
My
my
not
personal
stonks.
experience.
Yeah, my not stonks is a hipster pick.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm gonna say, and it might have already happened, so I might just be late to the party. But I think Storm. I think ever
Mm.
since Spider-Man got owned, I've seen
Yeah,
a
that's a good
lot
one.
less lockdown, a lot less Storm. Storm used to be everywhere. Everywhere you used to
Mhm.
see Storm. Now I see Storm rarely in Silver Surfer lists, and she's not in every Surfer list.
No,
She's in
she's
only a
not.
few. I don't
Mhm.
see her in any other I you know. Do you? Am I wrong? I don't see her in any other lists.
You're not wrong. I've tried her a bit. I tried playing her in Zoo today because I was trying to know Shane.
Yeah, that's great.
No, you're right. I mean, obviously, it's the Spider-Man, like Spider-Man killed her kind of, like she was awesome with Spider-Man, old Spider-Man, and
Yeah,
I mean, she's decent with the new Spider-Man too. Like,
yeah.
it has some uses, right? But
Like I ran into her, I think like twice in 2 games or something like that when I was
mhm.
playing like today with this list, and like Silk just can just go in that lane easy. If you have Nebula and Sunspot, easy to win the Storm lane. Spider Man, I use a Spider Man one game on just like the next turn just to just to yeet their card out of there. That was great. Like, so I just won the lane. Um, Also, like, you just pull her out of the lane with Magneto, like, and just win when Silk goes there. Like, I don't know. It's just there's too
Mhm.
much stuff to deal with a Storm lane now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with Silk and Spider-Man getting in the meta. Another thing too that you brought up earlier, that standard Modoc discard list.
Hmm.
Take like Storm is the easy card to cut for Daken, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I got the 3 cost. There you go. Just instead of playing Storm in a lane, you just play Daken. Like that's 8 power and you're chilling.
yeah.
Mhm.
No, yeah. This poor discard. It started to make a little bit of a resurgence, but like, yeah,
My
laid.
gut tells me Storm will still have her niche uses. Like
I think
like
so.
she'll still be useful in a few decks. I think.
Yeah,
I still think the effect's pretty good. But
I think it's
yeah,
great,
there's a
but
lot more ways to deal with her now.
for now in this meta where everything's moving around, not
Mhm.
stonks. I think,
Yeah,
and she could be yeeted
yeah.
out of the lane. Like,
Also, Captain Marvel. Yeah, Captain Marvel buff. Like
yeah, yeah,
Rex are pretty hard.
yep,
Vision. Like yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot to
Um.
deal with Storm now.
Oh my God! This is like the easiest stonks I've ever
Mhm.
done in my life. This guy, Magneto. I think you know. Here's maybe a hot take. I think right now in this meta, he is the best card. I think he's the best card in the game right now.
Mhm.
Hot take.
I don't know, man.
I can't tell you how many damn games I won today just with him.
He's always been good though. Like he's always been good.
No, but this specific meta where Darkhawk is everywhere, people are
Mhm.
playing threes and fours all over the place. There's
Mhm.
just so many 3s and 4s everywhere. Spider-Mans are everywhere. Shang-Chi's are everywhere. Wave's getting back in the meta.
Mhm.
Darkhawk, Rock Slide, Storm randomly, every Silver Surfer, Brood,
Mhm.
all that stuff. Absorbing Mans, Venoms, everything.
True.
He just pulls them all out. You just screw people over. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
very
mean,
good for
maybe
sure.
not best card in the game. Like that's a very, very
Mhm.
hot take, but I
Mhm.
think best 6 drop right now.
Yeah, that's a good argument for sure.
I think quite handily best 6 drop.
Mhm.
He's just so good. I think you could put him in any deck and you'd be happy. In any deck. I think he stonks, baby. Magneto stonks.
Stonks.
Magento.
I'm just gonna say Infinite because he was completely irrelevant. And not only is the She Not deck like really crazy, but Spider Ham is really popular right now.
Yeah.
So everybody's playing Spider Ham. Infinite has an actual shell where it's actually like really good, powerful deck. It feels like auto lose sometimes. If you play Spider Man and hit an Infinite, I think you just kind of lose the game. So
Yeah.
um, kind of interesting, cool 2 card making a bit of a comeback. I thought the She Not decks before, like they were kind of meta like 4 or 5 months ago. I remember. I thought those decks sucked. I thought those was just a bad deck straight up. Like it's mega cheesy, like telegraphed, super obvious what you're doing. Oh, magic on 5, and then you skip 6, and oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. But
Yeah.
like the fact that they got leech on 5 now is just like it just blows it wide open. And
Yeah.
yeah, this card is and obviously you got these hella living tribunal lists,
Yep.
and he's good in that too. So yeah, Infinite is my stonks.
I think that's a good take.
Sneaky stonks.
Yeah. And even like now, even with like the She Not decks,
Mhm.
Magic being a 3 cost just completely like
Yeah.
blows it out of the water because you can play Magic on 3, and
Mhm.
you're not expecting them to skip on 5 or whatever. So like you're
Mhm.
not saying, oh, I got to get rid of Limbo. You're like, oh, I can just get a Limbo. Like they're playing on 5, or like you said, you
Mhm.
can play Leech on 5. You don't have to decide between Magic or Leech on 5.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
always play leech on 5. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, you can always play Leech on 5,
Mhm.
and yeah, then you skip 6 and you're good to go. Before you can never do that because Magic was a 5, right? So
Mhm.
and then you can't play Leech on 6 because then
Yeah.
you're
No, leech
screwing up your
wasn't part of the
combo.
combo before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I wonder if Moon Girl in here would be something to do.
Yeah, it's interesting, because it's a high ego list. So yeah, you could, there's definitely some options where you could throw some moon girl action in there.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's a good stonks. That's a
Mhm.
good stonks. But yeah,
So,
good episode, man. Anything else you want to say? We're back,
nah,
baby.
hey man, it's good. Oh, shout out to what's the shout out?
Oh,
Yeah,
the feed spot.
hold on, I'm pulling it up right now.
Feed spot. Oh
Feedspot.
yeah,
So
the old how can she snap? Ranked in the top 20 Marvel Snap podcasts out of the 4 Marvel Snap podcasts that there are. We're in the top 20 and ranked by FeedSpot. Seemed like a pretty cool thing. We're not getting paid at all. We have like 3 listeners. I don't know if they knew that, but
yeah, this is not a paid promotion at all. Uh, But it's since they shouted us out in their list, they made a top 20 list, and we got pretty higher up than we thought we were gonna get. So that was pretty nice. I won't spoil the list or anything.
I don't even know why
But
we're on it. But anyways,
yeah, but we're in there. We're in the mix, and it's if you go to blog.feedspot.com/Marvel_snap_podcast, and they got a list over there. Anyone listening wants to check it
yeah,
out.
just look at FeedSpot top 20 Marvel Snap podcasts.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's probably easier.
go listen
Yeah,
to the other ones if you're already listening to this. Listen to the other people. Don't listen to us idiots talk. But
yeah,
yeah, that was nice. They sent us an email like, "Hey, you guys are top 20 in our list." We're like, "Oh, cool."
yeah. So shout out Feedspot.
Yeah.
Appreciate it over there, guys.
Yes.
That's dope.
Yes. Even though there's not even 20 Marvel Snap podcasts total, I think probably in the world. We
Well,
made top
hey,
20.
they chose the number 20. They could be the top 10. That's on them, huh?
I'm just bullshitting around.
I thought there was 3 or 4 as well. But yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. You know, we're on every platform possible for, you know, almost every platform possible for podcasting. YouTube at the Super Snap Bros. X, aka Twitter, the kid_snap. No big deal. What you got to say?
Hey man, appreciate you guys coming back. You know, it's been 2 weeks, been nice.
Yeah.
And happy snapping, rock and roll.
Hey, it's nice to be back, baby. Take it easy. And peace.